Now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
You ever wanted to come into a sports bar where the barkeeps know their game? Well, the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media, has got a production just for you. Sit down and relax as the Stat Boy and his partner break down the statistics in all things sports. Whether it's football, basketball, motorsports, baseball, hockey, soccer, professional wrestling, mixed martial arts, boxing, and much, much more. All are welcome. Your barkeep's here. Keep you up to date and in the know of everything going on in sports, while also having a pleasant conversation about it all. Your host and owner of the bar, Stat Boy Mike. His partner in crime, Dory Lou. And a host of other guests coming in. The food's hot, the seats are warm, the drinks are ice cold, and the sports talk is plentiful. Casa de 18 Studios presents Stat Boy Sports Bar. Take a bar stool and enjoy the show.
The following program contains strong language that is not suitable for young children. Viewer discretion is advised.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
JJ, Jeff, you want to kick this thing off? Because I'm still trying to process everything here.
Yeah, it's like,
who wants to go first?
Yeah, who wants to go first?
Well,
Come on in. It's open mic night with your host.
you could maybe say there's really 4 topics, but it's split into 6.
The Renegade, JJ Williams.
The Sammy and Eddie Kingston thing, which one's the better smelling turd?
And his panel of co-hosts.
I am the founder. We'll call me that for today since we're going with the Jeff Jarrett love theme here this week, according to JJ.
The West Coast Professor, Jeff Meacham.
Karma is karma is karma.
That's professional wrestling! Damn it!
The Simple Man, Noah Foster.
It's showtime! Yeah! How you doing, JJ? How you doing, Jeff?
James.
Yeah. And the He-Man, James Hebert.
Imagine Bill Burr, Joe Rogan, Paul White, the Baldies! There you go! It sells itself!
God.
Get in there!
Short his ass and shit the bed.
He's not Amber Heard.
Give it time, JJ, give it time.
Now, I'm sure Jeff has some stuff that...
Dumb move. Just don't pull this bullshit again. You get one.
Tony needs to stop caring about the ratings.
Bradshaw said as long as the ads are in place, we're not going to lose that third hour.
Ring of Honor does not have to be AEW Light. They don't necessarily have to coexist with each other. We kind of saw that tonight to a degree.
Along with a panel of guests.
He is no longer glorious. Don't you bring that up. You want me to rant about what my NXT used to... No, we are done here for the night. I swear, James.
Because you never know who may show up for open mic night.
I leave our company in the capable hands of an extraordinary group of superstars, employees, and executives.
The first thing that came to my mind was, it's about damn time.
Amen!
I literally touched everybody in the state's trash. So it's horrible, you guys.
Peyton's new thing is Dennis the Menace, but it's funny because she calls it Dentist the Medicine. And
that's great.
When Elliot Taylor came out and did Born for Greatness live, I was popping my pussy, having a great time. I didn't care. I was having so much fun.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Fuck Bill Belichick.
We ended on wrestling, and then you bring in that shit. That's just how the fan goes off the damn rails. Brilliant, bloody brilliant. We're here.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Saturday night shenanigans that are open mic night. I, of course, am your host and moderator, the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams. How is everybody doing this evening? Good to see everybody showing up already, 40 deep and growing here on this Saturday evening, Memorial Day weekend. Going to take a moment. We're going to bring in the rest of the group here, or maybe not. We'll go ahead and hold off a second because the man I was about to bring in just disappeared. So we'll stall for a second. Oh, there he is. And now he can't hear us. Awesome.
What in the hell?
We hear you. Can you hear me? I will take it that's a no still.
There we go. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Can't even do a proper tribute to somebody that this friggin' technology pissing me off.
Yes, seriously. So, anyways, wanted to make sure we brought you in first. You know,
yes.
We saw the graphic up there for Richard Sherman, passed away today. I know out of everybody here on the show, it hits you and I the hardest. Mikey too, when he gets here.
He'll be here, yes.
You know, as the Disney dorks that we are, I mean,
yes,
him and his brother pretty much composed the soundtrack to every Disney nerd's childhood.
I was gonna say, if you are a Disney fan and you've not heard a Richard Sherman or a Sherman Brothers song, then you're not really a Disney fan at the end of the day. You're just not.
Pretty much. I mean, for those of you out there, he did songs for The Parent Trap, Sword of the Stone, Mary Poppins, The Jungle Book, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which granted not a Disney movie, but it's a Dick Van Dyke musical. It may as well be.
I was going to say
The Aristocats, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, Snoopy Come Home, Charlotte's Web, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, the Tigger movie.
Yep.
He did songs for the theme parks. You know,
yes.
There's a great big beautiful for tomorrow for the Carousel of Progress. We're talking Miracles from Molecules, Adventures Through Inner Space. We're talking the Tiki 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 Room for the Enchanted Tiki Room, and probably the one song that, although him and his brother composed millions of songs that everybody loves, the one song that grown-ups despise. It's a small world after all.
I am grateful in this world that Dick Sherman was a good man, because I know he didn't go to hell and having to hear that the rest of his days. Because that would be his personal hell, having to listen to that for all time. So I'm glad he was a good man. It's funny though. I was there yesterday. I almost went on Small World, just because it's so random that I do, and so rare that I do. I figured I'll go ahead and try it, and we end up not going. And now I'm like, oh, I should have gone. Didn't do teacher with me there.
I get that, man. I mean, it's like it's one of those things. You know, we've been talking about it a lot the last 48 hours with the Owen Hart tributes. You know, don't take anything for granted.
Right.
And you had the opportunity to write it. You contemplated writing it. You ended up deciding against it, and now he's gone. You know, it's the 9/11 theory.
Yeah.
He passed away because you didn't write it. I'm kidding, of course, but you know, it gotta try to find the way to lighten the mood here. This is open mic night after all. We will be giving more tributes to Richard Sherman throughout the night. We will definitely be ending the show with a tribute to Richard Sherman. But
yes,
let's go ahead and bring the rest of the Island of Misfit Toys in here.
Yes, the band of brothers.
We're going to bring in the other MVP of the multiverse, it seems. You can see this man on his own channel, Rage of Wrestling. You can see this man on NoDQ.com. This man was here yesterday because we thought that I wasn't going to be here, and then I was here. And he came and helped me with the pre-show today for King Queen of the Ring. Mr. Reliable, Walter Cruz. Still looking dapper. You know, there was no way he was going to compete with Noah, but he wanted to show a little bit of respect for Noah, the way that he's always messing with him and we're messing with him. So still in his dress shirt, looking spiffy. What's up, Walter?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Even better. I was dead half sleep, and then the Celtics make this crazy comeback. Literally won the game with 1.7 seconds left, and it woke my ass right up. I'm ready to get into these shenanigans now.
That's how we do, and there will be plenty of shenanigans, you know. It says it in the chat rooms. And go ahead and say it again before we bring in our next panelist for the evening, but this is going to be a very free flow edition of Open Mic Night. I was not expecting to be here tonight. I was going to be working. I thought I was going to be doing a full 8 because my managers have told me, when you're scheduled, expect to do a full 8. So I went in at 2 o'clock today. I expected to be there until 10:30. But I went in there. I found out it was basically my test day for training and everything. And they were like, you're not going to take a lunch. We're going to supervise you for a little bit, kind of scout you, give you the test, and then you'll go home after that. And ended up not even taking the test. I passed, didn't even need to take the test. The guy that was scouting me was like, we're starting to get busy, so I'm not going to give you the test because we'd have to take away a table to set up like a fake table to make sure you know what you're doing. I've been watching you. You know what you're doing. It's like my only criticism to you, something to be on the lookout for, is you need to pick up your pace, which that'll come with routine and doing it over and over again. And you need to start putting more stuff on your tray. You know, you can sometimes get more on your tray than what you get. And other than those 2 little critiques, I was good to go. So I've passed training at this job. My next shift, I'll actually be able to earn tips, which is a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, so there's no topics planned. We're basically just opening the forum here. Whatever you guys want to discuss. I've started starring a couple of questions that I've seen. It's got to be a good one, though. Otherwise, you've got a super chat. Super chats will take priority. You know, just like most forums. And don't hit us up with the you're begging for super chats thing. I see JD from NY do it. I see Vince Russo do it. I see Conrad Thompson do it. Super chats take priorities. So you guys can ask us for questions. If it's not super chatted and it's good, we'll get to it. But if it's super chatted, we'll get to it regardless. Let's go ahead and bring in our last panelist for now. The Heeb man, James Hebert, in the house.
I am not a misfit toy. I am an autistic toy. There's a difference.
You are the misfit of misfits. Dude.
Yes, exactly.
You're Teen Moonrazer, man. You run the island of misfit toys.
Here's the thing. I am Papa Spud because yeah, exactly. Buy the t-shirt. I am Papa Spud because I am, autistic. So there you go. I run the
Charlie
Spud
in the
factory.
box.
I am the Charlie in the box. I run the Spud factory. We got plenty of.
Nope.
Oh no!
Sorry,
I got muted.
My bad.
I went too far this time. Oh no!
Yeah, I think he was trying to mute himself and accidentally muted you.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Because he's on his phone. That's why so when you guys see Jeff's finger all up in the thing, it's because he's on his phone.
It's the J's. Too many J's. He's got to know who to mute.
Yeah. But is that the J I need to click on? I don't know.
It's never good when you can't find the J. Anyway.
Exactly.
So we are here. I'm sure Noah will be here eventually. Noah almost never misses a open mic night, but he's been tired. Yes, I see your hand up.
Unless the founder gives him the night off because he is that tired.
Oh, you told him not to show up?
I just now chatted with him and he's like, sorry, I just woke up. And I'm like, dude, if you need the night off, take it seriously.
Yeah.
We're good. And
Yeah.
he's like, and he flat out said, I'm going to try to stabilize my sleep ahead of tomorrow because tomorrow's going to be a long one too. I said, dude, good night. Sleep well, please.
Yeah,
Okay.
seriously.
It's a long day, brother. So,
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
Hey,
so with that being said, I guess since I've got the little one here and you've got sleeping people here, if you want to hear these two dipshits sing for no reason, super chat, simple as that.
Yeah, exactly.
He can sing at least.
Yeah, I'll willingly.
No, you won't. No, you won't. You will do it for the money. You will not do it willingly. Stop that.
Yeah, when they give me the money, I won't put up
okay.
fuss. Put it that way.
Although
should I? Because that's
always the fuss. Always the fuss. That's the good one.
No, don't do that thing that I actually like to do. Please don't do that. It's not like I have a video with 1.5 million viewers or anything. Please don't do that. Please.
Okay. So we'll give James a song to sing that I know he won't want to sing.
There you go.
So no. I got the perfect song. I got the perfect song. And I'm gonna make people earn it. So for $30, 15 to Jeff's page, 15 to my page.
Ooh.
James will sing Hanson's Mbop, the indie wrestling theme for the Young Bucks.
Again? Haven't we done that? I swear I did that as Christopher Walken once, didn't I?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I am fairly positive I did. I swear I did.
If somebody can find it in the archive before we get there, then we'll pick something up.
Yeah, I swear it happened. The reason I remember is because I was like doing the bop, and then you were dying laughing.
Yeah, well, anytime you do Chris Walken, I'm on the floor anyway, so really,
that's true.
But this time he'll actually have to sing it normally.
Yeah.
No gimmicks.
Oh, there you go.
Damn it! All right, now you take the fun out of it. Damn it!
That's why.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go. Now I'm doing no. You've succeeded.
What is it that you want to rant about, Arlene? I think that's the better question.
Right.
Because we, depending on what it is you want us to rant about, I think would depend on how much we need you to super chat. Yes,
True
Walter.
that.
Arlene, give us about $25 and let JJ go off about Liv winning this title, please.
Oh, Jesus!
God.
So you
God.
really want to inflict that on people?
Wait, so she won against Becky?
Yeah.
Walter's-
let's say Liv Morgan. Well,
dear.
you heard what Walter said. I will stand by that $25, and I will go off on Liv Morgan.
Are we splitting it down the middle still?
It's hard to split 25, 1250, and 1250.
So just do 26.
Do 15. Do 15 to mine because I'm the one ranting. 10 to Jeff.
There you go.
Okay.
I feel like that's a. And then the next one will make sure gets more to you.
There you go.
Yes, I'll just take the pay cut without authorization. Sure, why not?
Well, like I said, I'm the one doing the rant, so
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
No, I know. Oh God, I can really talk anyway.
Since we have the freaking excited in the green room, let's go ahead and bring Stat Boy onto the stage.
You're talking about ranting hello.
We're also talking over somebody. How about we let us introduce you?
Exactly.
Couldn't just be patient and wait for us to bring you on the screen.
Well, you're talking about what got me started in the podcasting business, and here I am.
That's true.
All right. Emmanuel makes a good point. How about we make it $30 and Jeff rants too? So 15 and 15.
I'll rant about something else because I actually don't mind that she won.
There you go.
15-15.
Let's remove Jeff from the thing here.
How about this?
Wow.
JJ rants about Liv, and Jeff rants about the
Jeff can rant about being taken off his own fucking show.
Wait, Jeff, I got it. It's for the bit, JJ. I'm sorry. There we go.
Okay, see, you shouldn't be in the producer studio anymore.
Yeah. What are you doing there?
Hey! Listen, I had to get one back for you, Jeff. It's okay.
Well,
Here's the boundary.
I'll log off after this. I promise. I had to do it.
James, here's the boundary, and here's what you did. Don't overstep.
For real.
Hey, listen. The bit. There you go. Hey, see, now you joined it into the bit.
Oh man.
Damn it.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, as far as the game, I got nothing to rant about. The Kings are actually starting to make forward progress. I'll think of something. Don't worry.
There you go.
You know me. I can get riled up if I want to. The thing is, you want people to rant, the people have to be quietest in their own houses.
True. That's actually fair.
This is fair. That's why she's catching it early, though.
It'll be fun because it'll be a quiet rant. I'll have to be. That's stupid. They'll be like, "What you said?" I said, "Like, adjust your volumes accordingly because I'm about to go off on this bitch, but I'm gonna do it real quiet." Whatever.
Damn.
No, you gotta say it very silent.
Gosh darn it! All the heck.
While we wait for Arlene to decide if she's going to actually super chat.
Yes.
We'll go ahead and get to some of these that have already been thrown in. There was a question from Calvin. Says, Jeff, I have a question. So apparently he doesn't want any of us to answer, just Jeff. What's your favorite King of the Ring from the past? From which year and why?
What the fuck?
Okay, I have my rant. Okay. Everybody like Calvin, who does this all the time. I am not alone. They are here with me.
Yeah, what the fuck are we, chop living, bro? Goddamn.
Yeah, you're at least you're at least that solid roast beef from the restaurant quality stuff at least. You have the Arby stuff down here. Anyway,
I'll take that as a compliment. So thanks.
As you should. There you go. Okay, well, since I was asked the question, I will gladly answer it. So we're talking just the pay-per-view King of the Rings, right?
Yes.
All right. God, it's really hard to argue with the 2000 show between the bracket and the other matches, 2001 was a solid show too, though. You had that amazing match with Shane McMahon and Kurt Angle that everybody, not just Greg Sherry, talks about. Yeah, to tell how's the heat in Texas?
Oh, fuck me.
They're posted 98 degrees. I'm like, are you really? And I get it. 98 degrees in Texas is hot because the shit sticks to you. So,
shit was hot when it was 98, like one time a year. So fair enough.
98 in Texas is, especially in May, is bad. So I don't begrudge her a friggin' bit for bitching about it. But to be fair, she went all the way there to see somebody she can't even really see. So it's like, why make a trip? Anyway, I'm just gonna be an asshole tonight. Whatever, screw. I don't give a damn at this point. All right, so yeah, I would say between 2000 and 2001, those are my two favorites, and I'm not going to decide between one because it's my show. I can do what the hell I want. But yeah, the 2000 tournament was really good, and King Kurt was just gooberific with the crown and this robe and the ridiculousness of it all. And then 2001, I'm partial to because the King of Ring trophy was a Stanley Cup looking thing, and that was awesome.
Fair dues.
Fair. That's fair.
Yes.
I guess none of us were asked the question. So
no, you don't get to ask.
Just Jeff was asked, so
yeah,
that's right. All you fans can bow down to King Jeff of the Ring for that one. That's right.
I guess we are John Cena because you can't see us. I guess
King Jeff of the Garretts.
That's right. And there's no Noah to not copyright me. Walter bowed out because we wooed. Walter rewrote on we wooed.
Rewrote.
Emmanuel asked me something there. If you want to.
Okay, but we're not there yet, Mike. How about we let the producer produce?
All right, fine.
There you go.
Mikey, that's 2 already. You've been here 10 minutes.
I have not begun to piss off the family yet.
Okay, good to know.
Because we did get a super chat from Arlene.
Yeah.
And super chats take priority. Host of his own show, who should know that already.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hear your rant, JJ. Okay. I will. Where to begin with this? So, for starters, I was hoping I wouldn't have to do this, but no, I seriously, because I went off enough about it this morning. I legitimately think I scared Josh, because the minute Jeff showed up, he was like, "Oh my God, it's my Lord and Savior, Jeff Meacham, here to protect me from the evil devil, JJ."
Yeah.
Like legit, that's the way he was going off. But what a difference 6 months makes. I mean, you go from this to this. WWE, the company known for rewarding people that get arrested.
Oh,
right? Just ask the Usos.
And you already made the Britney Spears reference, so look, that's the same thing too. From that to that.
Oops, she did it again. But I mean, seriously, like, let's take a look at this from a serious nature for just a second. Like, I know everyone is laughing in the ha.
Yeah, no.
But let's for just a second. I don't know about any of y'all, but if I got arrested, my job would suspend me, probably fire me, if not definitely demote me and limit my hours.
Yeah.
Not put me as the final 2 in my first match back, and within 6 months award me with a championship. After I legitimately injure the champion. I don't know about y'all, but my job, any legitimate job, would not give you that kind of reward. I see you, Jeff. It's my rant. Hold on. Liv Morgan. I said it tonight, or I said it earlier today on the call. The only women's champion who is less credible in WWF history than Liv Morgan was Harvey fucking Whippleman.
Oof.
Wow.
Stop me when I'm telling lies. Liv Morgan is 75 pounds, soaking wet with cement shoes on. How is she supposed to be presented as a legitimate champion before Rhea Ripley comes back? Every single woman wrestler in the WWE on their roster, even the girls down in my NXT, can pick their teeth with Liv Toothpick Morgan. There is not a single person on that roster that Liv can beat and be believable defeating. And I get, don't anybody in the chat give me, but wrestling's scripted. It's not real. It's fake.
Yeah, no.
You still have to present a little aura of believability in some of these fights.
Yep.
There's a reason they took the title off of her as quickly as they did when she defeated Ronda. She wasn't believable. We don't know when Rhea's coming back. If Rhea doesn't come back until, let's say, the Rumble, surprise entry, number 30, WWE's got a fucking track record of this bullshit. That means we've got to deal with Liv Morgan as champion June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. 8+ months? Her running through the roster? Nah. There is no money in Liv Morgan versus anybody unless it's Rhea Ripley. None. That's why Nia Jax won Queen of the Ring. Because there's no money in Lyra versus Liv. There's money in Lyra versus Becky, but there's no money in Lyra versus Liv.
Mm-hmm.
How did that do, Arlene? Was that suitable for you?
Damn.
Jeff, I saw your hand up a few moments ago. What is it you'd like to say? And then then you can throw to Mikey when you're done, since he just raised his hand.
I really did have a rant or a comment. I was just going to reply to what you first said. Any real, actual job would suspend you for what happened to Liv. She was arrested for possession, correct?
I believe so.
Okay, so Walter's job would be secure. Everybody else's baby. So Walter's job would be okay.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm good. Carry on. I'm good. Carry on.
I mean, Rob Van Dam had to lose 2 World Heavyweight Championships.
Oh, God. Yeah, that. And again, that was also
Liv Morgan gets rewarded with the championship.
Hey, you know what, though? I'll say this, and this is kind of on topic because it's about why Liv got arrested. I still maintain that he and I discussing that back in 2008, long after he left the company and everything and kind of went on that road. President Biden took that huge step this week as far as having I forget the actual verbiage. Forgive me. I don't follow politics on purpose. But Rob retweeted it this morning when I saw it. There's going to be a much better approach to the handling of possession of and using marijuana for its proper purposes. So
yeah,
I still give Rob all the love for that, and people like Walter who help keep that business going and things like that, because it took several conversations, and at that point it was 3 years. It took even a couple more after that for me to open my eyes about weed and everything. So good on the president. If he's only got another year less than a year left on his term, this is one of the things you did right, Joe. So good for you. Anyway, but as far as Liv, I'm never a fan when somebody that really has earned it and deserved it gets taken down in the middle of what could have been an even longer run. That's Rhea Ripley. Do I think Becky should have got it? No. Do I think Liv should have got it today? No, I don't. Do I hope that it is a short-term thing rather than going all the way to WrestleMania? No. God, it's short, yes, I do. But I kind of take the same approach I took to the show I saw last night. It was first back. It just happened. I'm willing to take a let's see what happens next approach with the story and the character development. The initial reward is not okay. No doubt about it.
No.
But I'm willing to wait and see what happens on Monday. What happens in Scotland and in Toronto and in Cleveland, and just kind of let it play out. She's young enough. Let it cook.
See, and I wonder where things really changed for me, because if y'all remember when she won the briefcase and cashed in, I was in favor of her. I was the only person in this house that defended it. Everybody else in this house was pissed because she cheated to defeat Ronda.
I can vouch for that. That house was upset.
But something happened along the way. Maybe I just realized that she wasn't all that in a bag of chips.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the way the title run was, but maybe it's just watching people on the internet fucking simp for her. Like she's the greatest thing ever. Like she's Trish level. She's not worthy of lacing Trish's boots.
Yeah.
And like she's just not that good.
That's why I stay off social media for a majority of my day now, because of shit like that. That could definitely ruin your mood.
In my personal opinion, and I'm sure Walter will agree with me here, Jade Cargill is better than Liv Morgan.
Yep.
Of course.
Yeah.
And when you think about how botchy everybody complains that she is, she's still better than Liv.
Think about this, JJ. Liv got arrested, like you said, 6 months ago. They reward her with a title shot. Mandy Rose makes a little bit of money on the side with her body, and you completely fire her over that.
Yep.
One got you. One sent you to jail.
Yeah.
The other just lined her own pocket.
Well, I don't think she actually did time. She did about as much time as Dominic Mysterio did. She got arrested, got taken down to the precinct, fingerprinted, mugshot taken. She was maybe in a holding cell. She didn't do any legitimate time.
The jailbird lovers.
Maybe that's why they've started to connect. Is their jail time.
Yeah, you know.
Ex-con Dom, ex-con Liv.
Jailbirds of a feather flock together.
Too bad Ray Taylor passed away. You could have the big boss man as their fucking warden come into the ring with them in cuffs and prison jumpsuits.
Oh, Jesus.
They're going to both start
coming
to the
they're
ring
going up
with
to
the black and
Canada
white.
for Money in the Bank. What's the Mountie doing?
Yeah, there you go. Get the Mountie balls.
Jeff's trying to find his waiter for the check.
Yeah.
Then
Well,
I'll
you
come
are the
along and bust
waiter.
no, I'm the busser. I'll come along
that's true.
behind and bust the table.
There you go. So we got Mikey that wants to say something.
Yeah, I know. Mikey is still being patient and waiting. I'm gonna be that dickhead though. Shawn Michaels 95-96. Follow that, sir.
There needs to be like 3 levels of Statboy approved, and right now that what you just said is beyond the highest one. I mean, Statboy F and approve is not good enough. It needs to be higher than that.
Oh,
that needs to be like me looking at like a devil face or something. I don't know, and it needs to be red. That because that was amazing, and I'm not saying that because you're my brother, because I'm saying that that's how I honestly feel. Yeah, like I said, I can't praise my brother enough. WWE booked this guy, give him a job, because what he's
Triple H
saying
would
you're
be
not doing.
scared of having me in corporate. I'm just saying.
I mean, I've long since thrown away that golden ticket.
Golden ticket.
Yeah. So Jeff,
What was
do you
that,
want?
Jeff?
He said, "Oh,
Golden ticket."
So Jeff, do you want to take that Photoshop job, or should I? With Mikey as the devil, with Stat Boy like super approved or something.
On it.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh no! What have I done?
Well, you're the one that asked for it, Mikey.
No. See. Here's the thing to do my own impression. I've got the original of that Step Boy approved thing because it's a little bit stretchy on our edge. I can totally manipulate the hell out of that and get the freaking Step Boy approved tiers ready to go. I have like a bar menu at the Step Boy Sports Bar. Step Boy rant tiers.
There you go.
Well, Arlene said that rant was good enough for her, and then went on to say that I deserve to rant. So thank you, Arlene. I appreciate that.
He does deserve to rant. He was the working man today. Hell, I had a great day yesterday. I ain't nothing to rant about except one salty cast member, and even that, it's like I can't really bitch because I did commit the faux pas before I got told off. So
I had a fantastic day today too. I mean, all in all, my day today has been great. A little bit tired after being done at midnight last night, West Coast time, 3:00 Eastern, with our Raw Zoe watch along. Only got about 6 hours of sleep, and then got up, got showered, did the watch along for King Queen of the Ring, went to my real job, got back here in time to do this. God only knows how late we're going to do this. Yeah. Thank God I don't have to work tomorrow. I am going to go out and do Uber Eats, but I'm only going to do that for a couple hours. So
yeah, and again, as I said, you are a man with 3 jobs. You got 3 hats.
Arlene says, "Just wish Josh was here to hear it." I gave Josh the option earlier. Jeff was here and heard it, and Walter was here with me and heard it. I offered Josh the opportunity to super chat me $20, and I would stop shit talking Liv Morgan. Unfortunately, he's too broke to do it today, so he had to suffer.
That's it.
He's scared. He was scared,
as he should be. There you go.
Well, we did get one more super chat from Arlene, this one to Jeff's channel. So we'll go ahead and do that before we go to any of the other starred topics.
Okay.
How do we feel about Mercedes Moné claiming that she is the best wrestler out there?
Nauseous.
She's playing up being a heel.
No, yeah, it's like
what she's doing.
It's a funny thing because like we all talk. Well, not we all, because I'm not gonna lump everybody in. Everybody wants to see her back in the ring. But there are people that she's a horrible person outside of the ring. We even did a whole freaking topic about it with that video that ended up becoming JJ's outro. Thank you, JJ. Appreciate you, because she was such a raging whatever she was to that fan. And again, the fan was an asshole too, so whatever. Little quid pro quo there. But I know I said that wrong. I think people just can't find this. They can't make themselves differentiate between Mercedes Moné and Mercedes Bernard.
Yeah.
Like, she's being the heel bitch because Willow Nightingale is just too sweet. She can't. I mean, she can get there and get angry, but she's not going to get venomous.
No.
Right? Mercedes, we know can get venomous. We've seen it. Sasha Banks ripped the headband off of Little Izzy and danced around the ring just to be that bitch. And look at Izzy now. She's been corrupted. Much like we corrupted MJF at No DQ, Sasha Banks corrupted Little Izzy. Now she's a wrestler herself. See? Mm-hmm. Heels are bad people.
And I'm not going to lie, but her next big match, I wish I could see, because she's going toe-to-toe with Tiffany Nieves, La Princesa from the NWA.
What?
That's going to be...
Yes, that's going to be a banger, dude. Like, I love Tiffany Nieves. She is one of my favorites on the NWA weekly television show.
Izzy's fighting her. The Bailey fan is fighting
the Bailey
her.
fanatic, the Bailey hugger, yes. is going toe to toe with Tiffany Nieves.
Izzy's good, man. She's really come a long way in a short time. So
she'll be
Good on
signed
her,
by Tony
but yeah.
Khan next. Ah, she's 19.
Oh,
sign
God.
her up. Oh,
Okay,
Jesus.
okay,
The way I put
okay,
that.
okay,
Oof.
okay. Okay, so there's rant number 2. So I'm gonna super chat for that by all means.
Oh my gosh.
And God, if Tony signs her, I swear the only way it works is if she actually fights Mercedes. Then it makes all the goddamn sense in the world.
Right. Right.
But yeah, Tony Khan signing her for any other reason is that like if here is how we bury Izzy Marino's career. Step 1, sign her to AEW. That's it. That's all we need. Okay. Now,
Yeah, 'cause I was about to say they already did it with Billy Starks. They already did it with Billy Starks at 18.
oh God, right. Anyway,
Oh,
I was talking about Mercedes. Yeah, it's like she's playing up the heel. Like now, if we get more of it that's geared more toward outside of the ring stuff, then you can say, okay, yeah, Mercedes Bernardo's a bitch. Like whatever, she's just a rotten human being or whatever you want to phrase it. But as long as she's going to play the heel challenger to the championship, or after tomorrow, the heel champion, just saying, then I think it's just one of those people are again having a hard time differentiating between social media and the real people.
Really quickly before I say my piece.
Nice.
Dude, that's so crazy that she's a wrestler now. I remember
Good for
that
her,
match
though.
to this day.
And she's challenging for the championship. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, the MPW.
So she
championship.
has the opportunity to dethrone La Princesa of the MPW championship.
That's awesome.
What the heck? Oh my lord.
Well, I mean, think about it. She was a little girl, yeah, but that was 9 years ago.
Yeah, she's 17.
Yeah.
She graduated high school just the other day, a year early.
Yep.
Oh wow.
So not only is she athletic, not only is she making waves on the scene, but she's a smart cookie too.
Yep.
Nothing but the best for Izzy. I'd love to try to be able to get her to come onto the show.
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to secure an interview with her.
Maybe not this show.
No, this show, damn it. This is where we do the interviews.
Yeah,
We can be on our best behavior, but if she's a wrestler, she's been in locker rooms, she's heard worse than this shit.
Yeah.
He's probably seen some of the females pop their pussies, okay? I'm just saying.
For God's sake, get that check. For God's sake, please.
The problem is
God.
he's probably not wrong. He's
But
probably not wrong.
I know.
To the question in the super chat about Mercedes.
Yes.
I kind of agree with the comment that was put in the chat here. She's, in my opinion, she's not even the best of the horsewomen. You know, my whole contention is this. AEW says that they were the best wrestle. She's been signed since March, hasn't had a match yet. She must not be that great of a fucking wrestler. Otherwise, they would have rushed her out there. Period. End of story. Yes, I get that she's still injured. She's not medically cleared. But don't sign her till she can compete. You don't need to have her under contract this entire time. Tony Khan's known for rushing things. They could sign her 2 weeks before Double or Nothing, and she still have this fucking title match.
Yeah.
And then there might have actually been a little bit of, oh my God, is Willow going to beat Julia Hart? Because we wouldn't have known that fucking Mercedes was just standing there waiting in the wings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wrestling.
Like, you want to talk about telegraphing how fake this shit is. Like, the minute we saw Mercedes show up, we knew she was going to defeat Willow for the TBS title that she hadn't even fucking won yet.
Yep.
Just saying. I am not Mercedes' biggest fan. I think that goes without saying. Part of it is what I have seen from her at conventions, whether provoked or unprovoked. Not just the signing with the douchey fan where I snipped the thank you JJ for my outro, but you go back to when her and Trent first walked out. And Trinity would be taking pictures like right next to the fan, hugging the fan, and Mercedes is like, nah, you're fucking 6 feet away from me. Go stand next to Trinity. I'm not getting close to you. You can't sit here and say that that's all heel work. Part of that is who she is.
Yeah.
And I just don't stand for that when people pay that type of money to meet her. Rewind back to Resurgence last year. I wanted to see her win. Had Jeff and I gone, we would have loved to have been close and seen Mercedes win a championship in our old stomping grounds of Long Beach, California. We were shocked as fuck that Willow won until we got the full story of Mercedes' injury. Ended up being the best thing for Willow. Ended up being what truly made me a Willow fan, because I was kind of sort of liking her before, but when she defeated Mercedes and won that title, I was like, I am a Willow Nightingale fan. Even though I wanted Mercedes to win with her fucking Snow White inspired cosplay just down the fucking block from Disneyland. Like literally, you could have walked outside of the Cal State Pyramid, jumped on a bus, and taken that one bus down the street to Disneyland. The OCTA 50. Mikey knows what I'm talking about. He took that shit every fucking day to get to work. And me and Jeff took it at least once a week for a while there, going to the park to our Woosah place.
Yep.
But Mercedes is not what she is hyped up to be. And if Greg is watching this, he's going to hate me for saying it. We're going to agree to disagree and have differing opinions, but that's the great thing about wrestling. We're allowed to have difference of an opinion. You know, heaven forbid if it was like political. Yeah, heaven forbid if it was actually like politics and Republicans and Democrats could actually get along together at the end of the day and just have a difference of opinion.
Oh, finally. I'm
Right?
not the only one with that opinion.
Right?
I need to change my whole
Greg
approach to
likes
everything.
Mercedes. I can't stand the bitch. Doesn't mean that I have to hate Greg.
Yep.
Me and Greg can still get along and have a difference of opinion.
Here you go. In the year 2000, there were Trish people and there were Lita people.
I'm very much a Lita person. Always have been,
And I'm
always
very-
will be.
And
But
I'm
I
very
love
much a
me
Trish
some
person.
Trish too.
Yes. And now we're both bestie people because they're both awesome.
Team Bestie.
Team bestie, that's right. So there was a question you posed, JJ, or I forgot who I think it was you. Where is the bounty? He is Frankie Kazarian side of the TNA show.
That's right.
Oh. Well, damn.
He's the bounty. Anyway.
He'll be joining Team Canada soon.
Is there a Team Canada to join?
I think that's still technically a thing. I mean, they still have a few of them.
Josh Alexander, Jade Chung, have WWE fire Petey, bring back Scott D'Amore, and the Mountie. There you go. You're good.
There you go. And
just
Eric
hire
Young.
Lance Storm. And you wise there. There you go. And then hire Lance Storm and hire Primetime Skipper and bring in PCO and revert his gimmick. You're good to go.
Yeah.
I said what I said. I don't care. Don't you shake your head in that tone of voice.
I will shake my head, damn it.
Oh,
I am the boss. You will not.
Team
All the
Canada
Team Canada,
takeover, baby.
That's right. Eh?
And PCO. You can't forget about the original Canadian.
As I said, PCO. Yeah, just revert his gimmick for that one night.
Maybe
And
he
then-
just buys his
then-
jersey.
and then when they kill him again, they can bring him back as the monster and all is well puppet man.
Whatever you do, please don't bring back A1. For the love of God, please don't bring back A1.
Johnny Divine, bitches.
Why don't you want some steak sauce to come back? Like
No, no.
Did A1 really
Steak sauce
go out
is
of
the business.
style?
No, that's
Well,
I'm
well,
not talking about.
well,
I'm not
no,
talking about-
Like
no,
we have
that's-
bottles of it at work. Like
Well, yeah, but JJ, remember, steak is steak. Cheese is cheese. So it
that's
doesn't
right.
matter.
That's right.
There was
This
another
last year
one
gets
just
it.
recent. There was another option that came up, and I can't remember what it was. Damn it! But
You
I
think
thought,
about it. Let me know.
okay, yeah.
And Jim Cummings as Monterey Jack will tell you that cheese is most definitely not cheese.
Not cheese.
True.
The Bob here is going, what the actual fuck is happening right now?
This podcast has more holes than Alpine Swiss.
But yes, to answer the question, Arlene, I don't think that anybody on the panel here feels that she truly is the best wrestler out there.
At one point, she was. She has kind of fallen off.
Sorry, James.
At one point,
Never. Not even at one point.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't even know about at one point, because granted, I wasn't there for the Horsewomen's Rise in NXT. But aside from her match with Bianca at WrestleMania, I can't think of a, oh my God, Sasha Banks match.
Well, her
and I
match
know
with
there's
Bayley at-
takeover ones, but I wasn't there for it. So
that's fair.
let's
her-
not throw
yeah,
those
her-
out.
Well, I was only going to say her match at TakeOver, I had to really force myself because I was such a huge fan of the Charlotte and Maddie match from the previous year. But her and Bailey stole that show out from under everybody at Brooklyn. And that was a great way for her to really get that main roster point started. And if you really think about it, her last big moment was with Bianca at WrestleMania. So was she one of the best? As far as on the female side of things, absolutely. Was she the absolute best? No, she was not. And I don't think she was ever the best horsewoman, period. I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and I'm going to get, lynched and, raked across the coals for what I'm saying it, but numbers don't lie, kids. But I still think that Bailey had a lot to prove. She's doing it now because she's able to.
Yeah.
Becky had a long way to go, and she got there, and then she started becoming the new Charlotte because it was like, okay, I'm good now. Charlotte unfortunately had the booking, the way she was booked allowed her to get dug into a hole with the fans and with the critics that she's never going to dig herself out of unless she comes back from this injury and just does something completely out of the box. Sasha, Mercedes, whatever you want to call her, will always be in that gimmick until she's not. And until she's not, tomorrow's going to be a good indicator of where her future lies. If her and Willow can have a banger of a match and her character can maintain throughout a run, or better yet, her character can maintain if she doesn't win the title.
She's so much of the best that WWE never trusted her to defend the title but once. Every time she won the title, she pretty much lost it on her first defense except once.
That's crazy to think of.
But he's right, yeah.
Well, yeah, but there was a lot of other factors in that, to be fair. Like, even if you're not the biggest Charlotte fan, Sasha fan, there was a lot of backstage politicking and just general.
But again, that's what we're. No, I will forever, because I never heard about this with Charlotte and Sasha, but I did hear about Charlotte and Becky because I was literally in international waters hearing about that drama and bullshit.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate that two very talented people just couldn't find a way to remain getting along, because they both came into WWE together, the two of them, and the four of them did, really. So but yeah, was Sasha, Mercedes, whatever, ever the best female wrestler on the planet at any given time? I don't believe she was. No.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat as Jeff. I'm fine with Mercedes Moné saying it. I'm not fine with Mercedes Vernano saying it.
No, because it's not accurate. It's just not.
No.
I mean, it goes with her CEO gimmick. So, I mean, by all means, lean
Sure.
into it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We need more really good, I believe what I'm saying, on television and any character heel.
Yes.
Michael Hayes always said that, man. The heels are always best when they believe their own bullshit. I mean, he didn't say it like that because I forgot the dude. Sorry. Yeah, it's, you have to believe in what you're saying.
Yep.
or it just doesn't work. And that goes with any character in wrestling. You have to believe it, or it doesn't work. That's why Randy Orton as a babyface until later in his career never worked, because he was not a babyface person. He didn't like doing it. Same with Flair. Flair is a babyface only worked because he was older. It's like, oh, look at him. He's still trying hard. Good for him, until he went completely fucking batshit crazy. But, Hogan. God, Hogan believed his own hype so much because everybody else behind him was feeding it to him. But when you get down and talk to Terry Bollea now, whatever it is, 40 years later, it's like, he can see through the bullshit, because that's what he was having to feed to get the money in his pocket, to get the draws on the house, and to get the people that were challenging him elevated. You have to believe it. And Mercedes Moné believes that she is the best wrestler on the planet. And that's why that's why Mercedes Moné thinks she's going to beat Willow Nightingale in Vegas tomorrow. For some of you today, because it's already Sunday.
Right.
Happy Sunday, kids.
Right.
Spoiler alert, she will win.
Oh, yeah.
You know what, though? There's that little inkling of doubt, because if she doesn't, maybe, just maybe, and I'm not giving Tony any credit for this because he knew better.
Yep.
But I would love to see the response from the character if she doesn't win the title. I'd love to see a response from Stokely and Willow and Chris if Willow retains. That interests me more than Mercedes winning. Mercedes winning is like, okay, well, I expected it, whatever. It's not a surprise.
Right.
That was a hell of a discussion for a super chat that kind of was looking like it was going to go nowhere.
Yeah, right.
That was great. I love it. That's why this show works.
Yep.
All right, hour in. I love it.
I know. All right. Well, since he was so eager to answer Emmanuel's question to him, let's go ahead and go to Just for the Stat Boy. Stat Boy Mike, what is your favorite stat?
I'm going to go a little bit sentimental on this, and it was a time where JJ and I and the family, we were at a Honda Center, and they wanted to find the fan of the game, and so their ice crew people came up and talked to me, and I just started rattling off all these stats between the Ducks and the Kings, how one team was better than the other. Like the Kings had more players going to the Olympics that year, and the Kings had and this was all in Honda Center, though. This was not Staples Center's crypto. This was there, and it was pretty much even. And so they played the clip on the big screen, and they said, everybody vote for your favorite. And it was the first public stat that I gave out that a lot of people saw. And this guy over here started leading the charge, trying to get everybody to vote. And voting ended, I think, like close to the end of the second intermission. And at one point I was leading. And when the results came up, I lost by 2 or 3 points. And, I ended up giving up Renegade one of the biggest hugs ever. And I'm like, man, I can't believe I did that. And it's like, I guess. so yeah, that would probably have been it. Cause they wanted to know, what kind of stats I had between the Kings and the Ducks at that time. And, I was fired up. I was working the crowd. I was just trying everything to get every possible vote. And I think the winner would have gotten like a free dinner to their in-house restaurant at Honda Center. It just didn't happen.
All right.
There you go. Not bad. Not a bad.
Not sure that that's what they were looking for as far as a stat, but we'll roll with it.
Well,
My favorite stack factoid is Shawn Michaels did nothing wrong in Montreal.
I was about to say, I mean, he did talk about stats technically. So there
I know. Yeah. My favorite stat is that if you ask Rick Astley to borrow up, he will not give it to you, therefore letting you down. And you have thus entered the Astley paradox. Because he will never give you up. But by doing that, he lets you down.
And then if he doesn't or doesn't, he walks away.
I broke Walter.
He did. We got to break somebody with the songs because Noah's not here to break on instant with the songs.
Matthew said, I know that he's curious if Double or Nothing will be the breaking point for me because we both had spicy takes on predictions. Yes, we did.
Yes.
James, did you ever clip that piece about going up on the Bucks?
I am going to for tomorrow's stream.
Okay, because I was going to say, if you clipped it, then I would run it real quick. I may have to try to find it.
You beautiful, beautiful, evil man, you, James.
Yeah, no, that was the best rant I've ever heard. It was tremendous.
I was gonna watch it the next day, but it's like, man, I'm going to Disney. I don't need that elbow poison. I might have to watch it before the show tomorrow, but I'm not gonna watch it on a Disney day. That's just be wrong for reasons.
I will see if I can find it and we can air it here real quick. I'm sure Rift won't mind.
Nah, he don't give a shit at this point. Yeah, it's already.
I mean, it's a few days after it originally aired, and if it gets some more traffic to his site to watch the whole thing, then I'm sure he'll enjoy that as well. But
right, there you go.
So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna throw this next question from Matthew up. Jeff, you can read it and kind of start the discussion on it. I'm going to mute my end so I can try to get that clip queued up. And then I will be the last one to discuss it.
Sounds good. All right. So Matthew says, I guess one wrestling question I have is, what do we do with Gunther? I see Priest losing at Clash to Drew, Punk costing Drew against Gunther at SummerSlam, and Gunther Ilya at Bash at Berlin. All right. So for anybody that didn't watch this morning, this is an incoming spoiler from the Jeff Meacham Network. Gunther's the king of the ring.
Yay!
He will get a shot at the. Now, what was said was a championship opportunity. So I'm not sure if they specified world or WWE championships. Let me just be clear on as I say this. What I would do is have Punk cost Drew at the Clash, and I know it was talked about this morning because I caught the tail end of the coverage because I was trying to go in and out of consciousness this morning when I first got up, or this afternoon, I should say. And yes, Drew would be screwed again in Scotland, and it would be sucky. But I still maintain the Drew Punk program, at least initially, the initial starting point, does not need the championship. And I think that's one of the marquee matchups they've got penciled in for SummerSlam. So I wouldn't have Drew versus Punk at SummerSlam if they get at that point be for the World Championship, which means either Drew doesn't win in Scotland and it fires him up more, or if he does win it, he has to lose it quickly or get caught right away. Maybe even that Money in the Bank, which I think would be sucky. So based on all that nonsense, I think that Gunther will be the one to win the World Championship from Damian Priest. You can see that Damian Priest is definitely more and more heading toward a separation from the Judgment Day. Dom's not going to be a babyface. Ben's not going to be a babyface in the Judgment Day. JD's not going to be a babyface. He's just got a big giant head. So I don't think we're going to see that maintain. I also believe that if
leave JD McFunko Pop alone.
I shall not. I also think that with Priest's separation from the group, we will, God help us all, see the addition of Liv Morgan to the group, which when Mommy comes back, she can be full on babyface and go, oh, no, you did not just take my title and my group, bitch. And my man. 3 strikes, lives out. And JJ will rejoice for all time. It'll be a thing. All you have to do is just use our imagination, right, you? Anyway. So I think that Gunther will challenge and defeat will not defeat Damian Priest at SummerSlam. Because I also think that Gunther Ilya doesn't need the World Championship that soon with both of them on the main roster. Them being in a championship struggle is a big format for me. So I think that Gunther will actually win the championship at Berlin, whether it's Priest or not. So I appreciate you asking me what time it is and I told you how to make the watch to do it. So there you go.
There you go.
Whoever wants to go next, I don't care.
I'll go ahead and go now that I'm back, and then we'll go to you, Mikey. I see Priest retaining at Clash against Drew.
Yep.
Because I feel like Punk is going to cost him. We were talking about this on the call earlier. It's like it very easily could go either way with Punk costing him or Punk allowing Drew to get the title and then attacking him afterwards. That way, Drew's first defense is against Punk at Money in the Bank. So it very easily could go either way, but I see Punk costing Drew the title at Clash at the Castle. I see Gunther defeating Priest at SummerSlam. I don't see Gunther versus Ilya at Berlin because I feel like Ilya needs to really do something to earn the title shot. And as of right now, I don't think he's worthy. The only way I could see Ilya versus Gunther at Bash in Berlin is if Ilya becomes Mr. Money in the Bank and cashes in after Gunther's title defense. That's the only way I could see that happening. But I see Gunther walking into Berlin as the conquering hero, already having become the champion. Because you figure he's going to get that babyface pop there.
Yeah.
So better to go in and get the babyface pop already champion, I think.
Yeah.
That's how I see that one going. Mikey, go ahead.
I would say that I want to see a trilogy between Gunther and Cody, if it's possible.
It's definitely possible, but why that over? And you've got to figure Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, that's where the problems lie within. If Gunther does defeat Priest, that's the top spot. We get that.
Yep.
Could you see champ versus champ? Cody versus Gunther, champion versus champion at Survivor Series.
Only if they're doing that brand supremacy thing, and I don't want them to go back to that.
And if he does beat Priest, would a 600-day reign as that championship mean something? Don't give him Roman levels, because we've discussed that many times in the past. We don't need to go with that again. But would it?
Well, you wouldn't need Gunther, I think, to have a 600-day championship run because you've got the Money in the Bank briefcase. That's how you get out of him having a super lengthy run and it not weakening him because you cash in the briefcase after he's already defended the title on his promo.
Yeah. Yeah.
We do not need any title reign for at least 5 years to go past a year.
Right.
Period. No title reigns need to go past a year, and even a year I feel is a little bit pushing it. You're basically going mania to mania. That I can understand to a degree, but anything past that, you're pushing it, I think, for at least 5 years. Because between Jade Cargill and her 500-plus day TBS title reign Gunther in his 666-day Intercontinental title reign.
Yep.
Shows their however many day reign they had, and
I
Roman
forget now. Yeah.
1,400 days unnecessary at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
But not a bad thought in theory, Mikey. It's just that there's so many damn long title reigns lately that it's kind of, yeah. We're worried about that one being the case.
Did you have anything else you wanted to add, Mikey? I know I kind of interjected over you there, and I do apologize for that. But
Nope, it's all good.
okay, James or Walter?
I don't know. It's weird because I feel like there's gonna be a lot going on before then. You know, I right now I think, you know, you got Punk and Drew that, as you guys said, doesn't need the title. I think Gunther, Ilya at Bash in Berlin definitely can happen, but I don't think Ilya can get the win if they do that match. Because I mean, Gunther's going to be the babyface going into the show. I mean, this is just how it's going to be. He's going to get the hero's ovation when he comes in as King of the Ring. So if they do have a match, I feel like even that's going to be without a title. You know, I don't think they need necessarily to have a championship at that point yet. I think he could challenge for it at any time, if I'm correct. Or is it next month? I don't know how the King of the Ring works.
The King of the Ring gets their shot at SummerSlam.
Okay, so, I mean, you never know. Maybe, hey, for all we know, he might go after Cody and immediately try to beat him.
It's brand specific.
Oh.
They made that announcement. So
Okay.
Gunther, having won King of the Ring, gets to go after Priest.
Okay.
Nia, winning Queen of the Ring, gets to go after Bayley.
Oh, okay. So that's fair. All right. I didn't know they were separating it between brands. I mean, that's a good way to, I guess, keep the brand split motif at least.
That's right, because Corey said Priest needs to be looking over his shoulder or something after Gunther won it.
Right. Well, we know Gunther's winning the belt. So in that case, then when Ilya and Gunther do fight at Bash at Berlin, then Gunther has to win. Now, here's the thing. In their last match, Ilya won, dethroning Walter's historic UK title reign.
Right.
So this would be, and Walter is Gunther, by the way, for the new folk. So this would mean Gunther would have to get the win here, and then you have to imagine that the rubber match is going to be at some point after that. So just keep that in mind as well. And also, you don't want to do it too soon because you also want to make sure that, you know, Gunther drops it to Ilya at WrestleMania if you're going to try to push him at that point. But I just don't see that happening yet. If they do it, I could see them waiting another couple years before they pulled that trigger, just like they kind of did with this second match between the two. So there's always a possibility of that being the case, but
Yeah, I could see them doing Ilya and Gunther, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. I don't even see it happening at Mania.
No.
I think we really have to establish Ilya on the main roster. You know, think about how long it took to establish Gunther on the main roster.
Yeah.
You know, and for the people like myself who have never seen the match, granted, I'm aware of the history thanks to you and Noah, but for those of us like me that don't really know the history of Ilya Dragunov and Walter Gunther, time has to be given to tell that story.
Right.
To make that encounter matter for anything. You can't just throw it out there, even at a WrestleMania, without really giving us the story behind why I should give a shit about this.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Walter, go ahead and bring us home, and then we'll go to commercial.
I'm with you. In terms of the Ilya and Gunther, I think you saved it since you're already advertising it 2 years in advance. Wait till SummerSlam Minnesota, and you got 2 years to build the whole damn thing.
That's not a bad idea. The problem with that is that you run the risk of someone getting injured.
That's true.
But Gunther, I don't think, has had a severe injury. Ilya, same. Both are still fairly young in their career. I mean, Noah pointed out that Gunther's like 35, 36 years old. Doesn't look it. Ilya's probably about 5 years younger. At least he appears to be. Could be wrong on ages. But you figure they're barely hitting their prime.
Right.
As long as they can stay healthy, they've got time on their side to really tell this story.
Yeah. They're still on the, if you think about it as a roller coaster, they're still on the ascent before that hit the highest peak to go back down.
For real, like I would almost, and I know some people have alluded to it, some people are against it, but I would almost rather see Ilya replace Giovanni in Imperium and really kind of build, keep your friends close, your enemies closer type of story before they finally pull that trigger, because that gives them time to tell our story.
Right.
That gives them time to be like, oh, they have this history going back to NXT UK. That's why they're aligned together. They've gone to war with each other. Who better to stand by your side and fight with you? Somebody you already know's battle tested. Like, they can build that story, and then when the betrayal happens, like it did to Vinci, we're off to the fucking races.
Yeah, I definitely like that idea, but either way, you need time. But in terms of the question, I don't know how you do it or how you go about it, but the end result needs to be Gunther with that damn title. Like, I don't care how you do it, but he's got to do it. Now, whether I agree with you guys about Punk, and I know we talk about hot potato, like, you can risk it going from Drew to Gunther, but I just much rather, because that story is already kind of written in there, I'd rather have Punk screw Drew so that you don't hot potato the title, and Priest can lose it to Gunther at SummerSlam, because at least a little bit more time has spanned between WrestleMania and SummerSlam, where he had a little bit of a run, and he can lose the title, and then the story becomes about Priest and Judgment Day, because that's eventually what is going to Priest lead, and then you build sympathy. He lost the title, then now his friends in the group are turning their back on him, and now you got a white hot babyface again. Priest can turn into a babyface, building all the sympathy from that, and then we'll see what goes on after. So I think that's what you do here. But either way, Gunther's got to end up being the title, and I like him going in to Berlin as the champion, because like you said, you already know he's going to get the babyface pop. Why not just let him already have the title and get that pop?
Agreed. All right, so we're going to take a commercial break. We're going to show James's trailer for his uncle's documentary, give people an opportunity to use the potty and grab a beverage if they need, and we will be back in just under 4 minutes.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
Gary Hebert, the man, the myth, the legend. I was amazed, and I was looking to become a better skater myself, and I wanted to be like Gary.
When you look at a guy like this, he's one of the most talented people in his profession. He's been given gifts by God.
It can get frustrating at times when you're trying things that, that maybe don't come as quickly to you as other things. And, you never really felt that sense of frustration with Gary. It was always about improvement and positive reinforcement.
Was it really the end? Was that head injury really the end? God has called Gary to continue to be a blessing to others and to be a passionate example.
My name is Gary Hebert, and this is the World Academy of Hockey, otherwise known as the Inside Edge.
I would recommend anybody that have a chance to come to his hockey school. I think it'd be well worth it. It'd be rewarding to all the kids and anyone he coaches, from whether it's an adult, a professional player, to a little kid like a Mike or a Squirt.
Gary, from day one, has been instrumental to my hockey career. I started out as a potential Division III player, and Gary brought me single-handedly through high school and into a top Division I prospect. I owe it all to Gary, the biggest legend on and off ice there's ever been.
Listen, watch, learn, be confident, and have faith. Those are the answers I was brought to. Yet, I only now am really learning how truly important those 5 things are.
Through preparation, through appropriate thoughtfulness and thinking, we can learn to untie the typical knots between our ears that drive us into underachievement and underperformance. And lo and behold, we can learn, I think, to fulfill our God-given potential.
Gary has the innate ability to make people not only better players, but better people. The life lessons they learn from Gary are incredible.
I can always remember leaving that rink knowing as a player I got better, or I had something to improve on to get better. And I think that's what you excelled on as a coach, is giving us the knowledge to know what we needed to do to get better.
There's coaches who know the game, but can you communicate and create passion in your kids and in your players? And Gary's able to do that.
Gary's got great knowledge and the great hands, but more importantly, his ability to connect with people and care for them. His communication skills, to me, really stand out, separate him, and that's why he's one of the best, in the world.
Gary's a legend. He's a special, special man.
It's coming along really good, by the way. I can't wait for it to be released.
I'll believe it when we see it, James. You've been saying that for months.
I know.
It was supposed to be out at the beginning of the year. It was supposed to be out at WrestleMania. It was supposed to be out the week after WrestleMania. It was supposed to be out in time for May the 4th be with you. It's supposed to be ready at the end of the month.
It is coming along, though. Like, there's so much good shit.
I feel like this is that Guns N' Roses album, Chinese Democracy, that was like coming soon for 15 years.
I know.
Before it finally got released.
Trust me, I'm not overhyping it when I say it. There's been so much that I'm going through that I want to make sure I don't miss anything, and neither does my uncle. Otherwise, this thing would have been out by now, but we don't want to try to make this into a rush job. You know what I mean?
No, but at the same time, if there's that much good content, then make a sequel.
At this point, JJ, that documentary is basically Bear. Remember how long Bear is coming? Bear is coming. Bear is coming.
Real.
Well, this will definitely live up to the moniker over Fear. I'll tell you.
All right. Well, before we get into our next question that has to do with Double or Nothing, let's go ahead and take a look at that clip from the No DQ Double or Nothing predictions.
JJ, what are your thoughts on this match?
You really don't want me to speak on this one, boss.
Let's hear it. We're live. This is No DQ.
Are you sure? How many F-bombs do we get? Just one?
I mean, go ahead. You got at least one.
I got to try and figure out where to place it.
Yeah, you got to be, just like in wrestling, you got to find the right timing to push the envelope.
So this match right here,
oh boy,
is why AEW will never ever defeat WWE. This should be a feud ending match, not the first match in a series. This is where those putrid fuck Jackson brothers still are booking with their guerrilla mentality instead of trying to book a major league wrestling promotion. This should be it all in. This should be it all out. This should be 3, 4, 5 months down the road, not the first match after this super elite has been formed. Just watch Rift's and if
reaction.
we're being honest, the guys that are standing up across from the elite shouldn't even be in the match.
Nope.
It should be maybe a guy like Darby, but it should be like your Sammy Guevara's. It should be your MJFs. It should be your pillars. It should be your originals. Or if anything, it should be guys like Jericho, MJF, Moxley, the champions, avenging AEW against these jokes. Again, ask Dwayne, ask Matthew. They know how I feel about the Massey brothers. And they're going to win because they're going to book themselves to win.
Yep.
Why would they book their opposition to get the victory here?
All right.
That just makes zero sense. It's the only way Rod and Todd Flanders will ever be cool.
Wow.
And they've got Ralph Wiggum on their team.
Whoa.
He's in danger.
But somehow they're going to be the victors here.
Oh, God. But John says, if you're always so negative with AEW, why you want to stream about it? Don't get it with this place. Look, I feel like I'm the most positive one here. And thank you for that. That was another pipe bomb. We've had quite a few drop tonight.
We're all on mute.
So yeah.
Yeah. So
yes, I see your hand, good sir. You're still, yeah.
So of Okada and Jack Perry, which one's Millhouse? Which one's Walk Wiggum?
Okada's Millhouse because at least he's mildly cool.
Yeah.
Ralph
Okay.
Wiggum is Jack Perry.
Yeah.
And he's in danger.
Yeah.
He's always in danger.
Jack Perry eating the paste in the back of the class.
Jack Perry is in the pace of the back of the class. Let's be honest.
Exactly. And you figure Ralph Wiggum only gets even a half an iota of respect because of who his dad is.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Perry's dad. The only reason he's got a career is because of who his dad is.
Yeah, true.
And then when you watch, when he had to leave the company from suspension, you actually see him when his heart breaks. It's right after Punk pushing under Tony Khan. Anyway,
exactly.
There you go.
But yeah, the fact that
was
Swift gave me the F-bomb,
yeah,
that right
And he
there was awesome for me.
And he even said, "Go ahead, you've got at least one." I went, "Oh, Aaron said at least." Oh boy,
Right.
did it.
I tried to be good about it because I know how he is with his language on his streams.
Yes.
But he gave me the one. I took it. I ran with it. Arlene, you got 2 rants from me tonight. You only paid for 1.
Yeah. I will say to the person who commented on if you don't like AEW, why watch it? Don't get it with this place. Well, if only he knew what the ultimatum you said.
Well, and here's the thing: buy the T-shirt, please. God, buy the shirt. It's been up there for I think 3 years, and I don't think we've sold a single one of them yet.
Sell the damn shirt. Get it.
But much like Aaron said on that broadcast, and I will say here, none of us want AEW to fail.
Mm-hmm.
Wrestling was at its best when WCW was thriving, challenging, and even defeating WWF at the ratings. And then you had ECW, the little engine that could, kind of there in the wings, TNA. We want AEW to be successful. We want them to present a legitimate threat as competition.
Right.
The problem is, and as far as I can see, has always been, let me add an asterisk here, at least for as long as I've been watching AEW. Because granted, I wasn't there at day zero like you and Noah watching it.
Mm-hmm.
For the glory days, if you will. The problem is that they, much like WCW, much like TNA, sign every WWE castaway, have too many people on the roster that they don't know how to book or how to use.
Yep.
And the people that they do book and use are horribly like the worst people to be booking. I called Aaron out on this, and I didn't let that part of the clip play. James can attest to it. He's seen it. Same with Walter.
Mm-hmm.
I called Aaron out on this, Jeff. Name me a company that the Jackson brothers have been main eventers in that they didn't own or were in the office of. Gorilla and AEW are the only companies that they have been main eventers in. I wonder why. The Jacksons aren't the draws that they think they are.
Nope.
Otherwise, they would have been main event in every company they ever stepped foot in. And I will even concede, maybe they main evented some New Japan shows, but that's only because they were surgically attached to the hip of Kenny by God Omega.
Yep.
If it wasn't for that association in Japan, they would have been on the fucking free-for-all jerking the curtain.
Yep. And it was by the way,
said it, I meant it. Stop me when I'm telling lies.
To add to your point, JJ, to add credibility to that, the only reason that they were in the main event was because it was a Kenny Omega storyline in New Japan in the first goddamn place. So it wasn't even their idea. They just decided to take credit and ride the fucking coattails because that's all they know how to do. So.
Yep. No, JJ and I can attest more than anybody, and I have tried. Lord, have I tried? Because I was there at the beginning when they left their own indie and their own little safety net, if you will, to go to the PWG roster. This before they had their own piece of it. And somewhere in the ether of MySpace, there is a photo of Dylan's mom sitting in her chair at ringside with the Bucks on either side of her, and she's got their first PWG tag titles across her. It's a beautiful moment. I was glad to take the picture. I was so happy for those boys. We were happy for those boys. And somewhere along the way, they got too big for their own shorts.
Yep.
And it's sad because at the end of the day, JJ and I had to fight I had to fight tooth and nail, and I ended up conceding, not putting them on the list of the best tag teams of this century, because those guys are talented as fuck. They really are. It's just so impossible at this point to look past their bullshit.
Yep.
And I still, even now, maintain that they will have a hell of a fight tomorrow. Those four guys and the four opposing them, you're not going to find 8 better overall talents. The problem is, I agree with JJ in that I don't think they would be in a high-profile position if they didn't have those nameplates on their desks.
Yep.
And that's just the end of that sentence. Do I think the Bucks would be great tag team champions? Do I think the Bucks would be, in high-profile matches on the regular based on their talent alone? Yes, I do. Do I think they would be as involved? No, I don't.
Nope.
Let me put it to you this way, and just for the fans out there who don't really understand how far back Jeff and I go with these assholes.
Oh.
Raise your hand, and for those of you in the chat room, put the little hand emoji in the chat. How many of y'all remember the name of the third Jackson brother?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
Bueller?
while we get those answers not coming in.
Even the people here on the Panion, how many of you even knew that there was a third Jackson brother? Even Mikey didn't remember, and he's seen him in action because he's gone to the Indies with us.
As well as their female cousin, who's also a wrestler.
That's how forgotten he is, I guess.
Yep.
And the fact that it's taking this long for anybody to put a hand emoji means that if anyone is going to put one, they're Googling his name right now.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, the picture I'm talking about was from the middle of 2009 because I'm pretty sure they wanted the WG anniversary show. But what I was going to say was going back even before that, the first time I ever actually was logged as a talent managing Teddy Hart and our local champion, who is still wrestling now, so I won't throw his name under the bus with my nonsense. But their opponents were the Young Bucks. So that's how far back we go. The Young Bucks were still toiling around freaking Newhall, California on the indie circuit. Going against a team managed by Jeff Meacham. Like, oh God. Right. And I hate that I'm disappointed. Because there's a post that goes out on my Facebook every year in memory. Congrats to the Bucks. Can't wait to see what they do with you guys in TNA. That was 14 years ago.
Yep.
Maybe even 15, because they may have been 09 when they signed. I don't remember, but
They've
I know
become
they were
what they
in
hated.
2010 for sure.
They've become the Hogans that they hated. Seriously.
Yeah,
That's exactly what they became.
It's that Punk promo to Cena. They've become the Yankees.
Yeah.
Yep. And the thing
They're
is,
no longer the Red Sox, the underdog. They've become the Yankees.
And the problem is with that statement too is Punk was wrong about that with Cena always, because here's the difference between Cena and the Bucks. Cena's actually still fucking humble. You don't believe me? Ask him.
well, no, don't ask him because he won't tell you because he is that humble.
Right.
No, he's
Um,
pointing to you.
Oh,
Ask-
me, yeah.
Ask you how humble.
Sorry,
you
I
are.
was looking down here and not paying attention. Sorry. That's my bad. Yeah, but yeah, Hogan and his regime took the blame for the Bucks tanking in TNA, and I can't disagree with it. But it wasn't so much Hogan; it was just lost in the shuffle. How many acts can you remember in that TNA 2010 roster that weren't already there and established that survived that run? There aren't many. And the Bucks were saddled with a ridiculous gimmick. And God bless Lisa Marie Varon. They didn't know what to do with her either. Because she went right from the Bucks to freaking Jesse and Robbie, I think, if I remember right. So it was just never. They were never meant to be the big fish in the tag team pond in any major company.
No.
So they had to make their own.
Exactly.
And
I'm telling you, I still, as much as I hate for these words to come out of my mouth, mark my words. By All In, the Bucks and either Okada or Perry will be trios champions.
Very likely.
Giving the Bucks 2 belts and probably giving Perry a title because he doesn't have one yet, while Okada still has a championship.
And then get your Freebird rule.
They could, but
And
they
also,
won't.
You know what? I wouldn't put it past them, number one. And number two, there is now an official trio title match tomorrow with the thing that happened on, I think it was Collision tonight.
Right.
Because the Lucha Brothers beat whoever it was out of the Bang Bang Gang. So,
Yeah.
So it's now going to be, and if the Lucha Brothers win those titles back, what happened the last time the Lucha Brothers and the Elite were in a tag trios tag title match, JJ. You and I saw it.
Yep.
No.
Ladder match where the Elite became champions.
Great match.
At the Forum. And they're
Solid
coming
match.
to the Forum a couple weeks after Double or Nothing.
No, this Wednesday. This coming Wednesday.
Oh, that's right. It's
Yeah.
the Wednesday before Double or Nothing. No.
No, Double or
It
Nothing
is
is
the
tomorrow.
Wednesday. It is the Wednesday after Double or Nothing.
Yeah, it's
So
one right
they can
after.
make
Yeah.
that match. So they can make that match happen.
Where it all begins again. The type of this.
Don't be surprised, y'all. Mark my words. And I know James his head has been down off camera. He's probably been vomiting in the trash bucket at his desk.
I'm a mark for trios tag title matches, so this really hurts my soul. Like I hate every minute of that sentence.
Yeah, see, now I don't want to go to Inglewood to get my shirt from Datilla because I might end up using it as a puke rag on the way back.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean,
I want my back shirt, goddammit.
Dude, what's so painful to me is that they weren't main eventers in this company, but they were major stars in Ring of Honor. And I remember going to see these guys and like, man, if they were assholes all the time after the TNA run, man, did they sure hide it. Because I didn't see it then. But man, they really showed their ass as of late. And here, you know,
to your point, James, and I apologize for cutting you off. I feel like their TNA run as Generation Me humbled them temporarily. Yeah. It was their association with Omega and the Bullet Club that really kind of exponentially turned them into the pricks that we know today.
Yeah,
no, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Their run with the Hardys was actually still pretty chill.
Yeah,
because they weren't being the fuckheads yet.
I just want to say too, because like I remember I saw these guys, and I was watching AEW since day zero, y'all. Like
I know,
I really have been. So when I said what I said, pretty much the same time last year, while I was done watching AEW full time, I fucking meant it. I have not tuned into a single show because I know if I do, there is a risk of me seeing those fucks on my television because they have completely gone in against everything that they set out to do in their mission statement when they first started up. They were supposed to create and be responsible for the best tag team division in the world. And for a while, they succeeded at that. Until they let their egos get in the way because they got mad at what old CM Punk said. And old Jim Cornette said. Which I said on Jay Hebert's Side of Things episode 2. Who gives a fuck? Stop fucking focusing on that shit and focus on your own shit. Your own house of cards that you're trying to build up. That's what's so frustrating to me about all of this, really, is that you are essentially shooting yourselves, not even in the foot, you're shooting yourselves with a freaking fully loaded rifle in the dick. For no reason. For no reason. I don't understand why you can't just build stars and just let the wrestlers be who they want to be and not feel like they have to fucking walk on eggshells. You know what's sad? When Konosuke Takeshita goes on Twitter, I don't even know if it was a couple weeks ago, and he said, I'm not having fun in America. You know how much that hurts my soul? Because that dude's one of the nicest dudes in the entire wrestling industry. And now he's not having fun. Fuck all the way off with the Bucks. They let their egos get in the way of business and people having fun, which is the whole point of this company even starting. You have completely reverted to what you hated. You were treated like shit in TNA. No one will deny you that. Hogan treated you like shit. Bischoff treated you like shit. More than anybody, Russo treated you like shit. I know that for a fact because you told me straight up. You want to know why the Lisa Von Marie thing happened? when it never should have happened, and the way he was trying to book that whole debacle. That's why. Right? So I'm not here to fucking like say that they weren't treated like shit. But that doesn't mean you completely let your ego take over and completely lose the plot on why you're there in the first place because of what one argument in the backstage happened, which wasn't even an argument, as we found out. It was a simple conversation that didn't amount to anything, and you guys blew out of proportion because you didn't like that your friend was disrespected. And
How do you
have you showed your ass since then.
How do you have such inflated big egos, and then all it takes is that one little compliment from CM Punk or that one argument, and everything breaks on you? That actually shows how fragile you are.
Yeah,
so
well,
how did you get an ego in the first place?
This whole downward spiral started not because they were even insulted, because their friend Scott Colton was, quote, insulted. That's what's so mind-boggling about all this. And when Punk goes on Ariel Helwani, and when other people have since said the same exact thing as a result of this BS going on, saying it's not a business of making money, he's right. They're all right. Because you operate like this. This is the locker room mentality that you are establishing. It's why people like MJF aren't having fun there anymore. It's why people like Ricky Starks aren't having fun there anymore, like Konosuke Takeshita, who has literally been around for a cup of coffee compared to the other two I just mentioned, isn't having fun anymore. Nobody's having fun. Dude, Arbery Edwards, I love Arbery, but Arbery was the one waving the flag. Name one time after that brawl-out bullshit and the brawl-in bullshit to follow where she has smiled and genuinely enjoyed her job. Because I still remember that time in Collision where she was miserable the day Punk got fired.
That's
and you
fair.
wonder why I turn my backs to these fucks. To these putrid fucks, as this man eloquently put it. You wonder why. It's not a gimmick. It's a gimmick for everybody to laugh at because it's a visual gag, of course. It's the greatest visual gag that we could have been gifted. But it's based in reality. You have lost the plot so much that you are irredeemable to me, and I cannot stand you. Because I've dealt with people that are just like you, and they're no longer in my life anymore. For a good goddamn reason. So the last thing I want to fucking deal with is seeing that shit on my television screen.
There you go.
Any questions, folks?
No. Mikey, I saw your message in the private chat. Is there anything you'd like to add before you dip, sir?
Not really. Just of course, we'll be in the sports bar on this Tuesday. The NBA playoffs are getting closer and closer to the finals. Boston's up 3-0. They're about ready to sweep the Pacers out of the playoffs. Same thing with the NHL playoffs. Follow us on the Twitter and the Instagram at LBSatKid1977 and at StatBoy13. Also, and sadly, there's some sad news out of the PGA Tour. The 2024 winner, Grayson. I just put the graphic up. I almost
Grayson Murray.
Grayson Murray passed away earlier today, only 30 years old. Very, very. Yeah, I know, man. He withdrew from the tournament that's playing this weekend, and sadly, the news dropped this morning that he passed away at 30. So that's really sad.
Oh.
So all the news will be updated this week, and I love my family as always. Great job on the rants. Stay tuned on social media, and until Tuesday, Statboy out. Love you guys.
See you, bro.
Let's go Stars. Fucking Oilers.
I'd rather the Oilers than the Vancouver boys, to be honest, after they burned our city down.
Fuck the
Well,
Panthers.
Jeff
while
has
you're
the
at it.
Canucks jersey, so
Well, no. Well, but there's a whole story behind that, to be fair.
I know there
Out of
is, but
context,
you
it makes
still
no
have
sense.
one.
I do, and my Everton hatred goes farther back than that. That is in my DNA. So
I know.
Go Stars, go!
But for people that only know you as a Kings fan, to hear that you even have another jersey of another freaking team is just enough to give them the mental what the fuck,
Hey,
without
just
even
'cause,
needing to get in the story.
I have
Just
to.
because some lady that lives in another country decided to get cocky about her stupid ass hockey team and send me a jersey of her own arrogance. Hey,
I have to throw up because I have to actually root for a New York team because fuck the Panthers. I kind of have to go for the Rangers because fuck the Panthers
Are
right
we
now.
not?
Yeah,
Are we not? Why are we not Panthers people?
because they beat the Bruins.
Oh, okay. Well, that's why I am cheering for them. Anyway, no.
Yeah, that's why they're
I was
cheering
going
for
to
him.
say, my dad lives in Florida. He's more of a Lightning guy than a Panther guy, but there's still a Florida team in there, so
See, they're Cali boys. See, you and me, Walter, we're from New England. They wouldn't understand.
Yeah, no offense, pops.
well, no. My thing, as far as where we're at now, I would have liked Vancouver to go on just because it would have been a team that hadn't won yet. But since we're in the situation we're in, I'm rooting. My ultimate win in this case is Florida winning the cup because they've never done it before, so cool for them. The next tier down is New York, the Rangers. I'm rooting for the East period at this point because the Rangers means Jonathan Quick gets another Stanley Cup and he gets it back to back and he wins a cup with the team he's always wanted to play for since he was a baby because he comes out of New York. Third tier is Dallas just because they're playing Edmonton and fuck Edmonton. And if Edmonton wins the cup again, I'm going to be a surly son of a bitch all hockey season. It's going to be a thing. I'm ready to have to lose my seats and move to a different part of the arena, which is pissing me off to no end. If Edmonton wins the cup after Vegas wins the cup, fuck me. You guys, oh god, you guys are gonna hate me more than you already do. Nope.
Yeah. Listen, trust me, I
So
understand.
if you'd like to actually have a happy Jeff, regardless of the Stanley Cup outcome, start super chatting people. That'll put a smile
That's
on
valid.
people's face.
There you go.
There you go. Y'all want me to go off? I'll go off on the other 31 teams in the NHL. I'm gonna go off on my Kings because they're actually making forward progress this week. The other 31 teams, they can go fuck themselves, and I will do it in order.
Hey,
Super chat away.
Here. For those of you that are sports inclined, and since
There you go.
Noah's not here, we can actually do this because he won't be sitting here like, what the actual fuck are we doing?
Right.
If you would like to hear Jeff Meacham rant about the Anaheim Ducks and Corey Perry, even though he is no longer a Duck, $15 super chat to each channel. Yeah, he's an Oiler right now, which will just make it even worse if they win it because his hatred of Corey Perry is on my level of like Candice LeRae.
Oh, jeez. Listen.
Maybe even worse.
Well, to be fair, that's
Maybe
kind of how
even worse. So if you would like to hear Jeff with an actual sports rant about Corey Perry and the Anaheim Ducks, and you know what, we'll even throw the Oilers in there since he's playing for them now anyways. $30 in super chats, 15 and 15. Secure you that rant here this evening because we're starting to run out of shit to talk about.
Yeah.
We do have a couple other comments that I starred that we'll get to, but just try to give us a little something here because I don't want to end the show at 2 hours.
I will gladly answer. We usually don't answer the comments in the chat room, but Emmanuel's good people, and he's a regular contributor. I hate the Oilers more than I hate almost any team except the freaking Ducks. The Eagles are the Cowboys' division rival, and that's just a forever thing because of the same division. The Oilers were the team when I was brought into this world that everybody hated, and everybody hates greatness. Everybody hates the good team. Everybody hates this. They had Wayne Gretzky when Wayne Gretzky was still fucking Wayne Gretzky. Okay. So yeah, the Oilers are forever at the top of the list, even over the Ducks.
Hey, listen, your hatred for Edmonton is my hatred for Vancouver. The only reason I even hate Vancouver is because when I think the Bruins beat them.
Yeah.
And tell me how this makes any sense, okay? Because it doesn't make any sense to me. They lose, and then their bright idea was, we're going to burn our city down. What the fuck?
Well, I can't rant on that reply because the Lakers won championships left and right, and LA burned on the regular. I'm like, I can't even defend it. Like,
It's stupid. Why would you do it?
It is stupid. And as far as Vancouver, I don't like the Vancouver Canucks fans any more than I like Oilers. Period.
Yeah.
Canucks fans are next level. Back at the short bus. Boop boop meow. So
Hey, I take offense to that. I was on that fucking bus.
you weren't
As
on
the
that one. You
driver.
live in America.
No,
He was on that bus as the driver.
That's
I
right.
was.
That's
I
right.
was the one driving. No, for real though.
Because
Like,
James is the type
shoot.
of guy that would crack the driver over the back of the head and then take over the steering wheel.
Get him with a steel chair.
Fucking gets up there, turns it back. Everybody, I'm the captain now.
I
All
am the
right,
kid.
so
I am the captain now.
we got on this. Oh, go ahead, James. Really quick.
I just want to say this one thing. That's actually I actually was on the short yellow bus as a kid. I'm not.
Oh
joking.
no! Oh no!
I'm being for
Well, now
real.
I'm an
Okay.
Well, now I'm an asshole going to hell for sure. So that's okay.
Hey, if I laughed, you're good.
So the whole segment here started with that clip that I showed from the predictions. We were going to get into double or nothing. Daniel asked a question almost an hour ago that I was trying to get to probably about a half hour ago, but shit happens.
Yeah, you know.
This question for all of us is, do we see Statlander turning heel on Willow tomorrow? And my short answer is yes.
Yes.
I think she's the one that attacked Mercedes. I think she's the one that attacked Willow. And I think it was all set up to make it look like Julia Hart did it or that they did it to each other. And Stat is going to turn because Stokely has never been Team Willow, despite how he's been acting here as of late. He has always been about Stat. He's probably gotten into Stat's ear. Stat defeated Jade, lost the title to Julia, and now her best friend is champion. Just, it's not going to sit right with Stat. Stat is turning heel. That is how Mercedes wins, in my opinion, because you can cover up the fact that she may not be 100% yet medically cleared. Yes. 100% top of her game, Sasha Banks. No. So how do you cover that up? You have Stat turn heel and help Mercedes win the title.
Believe it or not, I feel like there's a better chance. I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. I actually think that there's a better chance. I think there's a better chance that Stokely does something first before Statlander. I think they're going to save Statlander for a different episode of something. That's my thing.
Perhaps the question isn't double or nothing specific, but with the match looming tomorrow, that's probably why he threw it there. So I'm saying it's going to happen tomorrow. You're saying that it still may happen, just not tomorrow.
Yeah.
That tomorrow may be the start of the turn, not the full execution of the turn.
Yeah, I think
you know what?
There's a lot of camps.
Because I'm thinking they may get Stat versus Willow it all in.
Right.
Yeah, they're going back to the fabulous form. They got to cause some kind of trouble on Wednesday.
It's fair.
Uh-oh, trouble.
And considering Mercedes was just out here for the Acolyte premiere to come back to Hollywood, less than a week later as the reigning champion.
Acolyte premiere.
Yeah, the new Disney Plus Star Wars series, The Acolyte.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the APA.
No.
That should be a top 10 for us, and maybe we can even get Walter in on that. The top 10 movies that falsely advertise wrestlers. The Rock, starring Nick Cage and Sean Connery. Nothing to do about Dwayne Johnson.
The Acolytes
Heartbreak
during the
Kid,
APA.
The Hurt Locker. There's all these movies out there. It's like we could probably come up with 10 movies as a throwaway episode of Dads to just really have some fun with.
Jeff
That
should
would be hilarious.
it should be like a reverse dads with all three of you, and you should go as like Meech Jeffem. That's when you can debut the alter ego Meech Jeffem on that show.
There you go. It could be our version of Rift Aronson.
You gotta spell that Jeff with a G though.
Oh shit, Meech Jeffem.
I've lost control of my own network again. It's okay. This is what it is.
William Jamerson.
Nice.
Bruce Walton.
That one wins. That's the winner. That's the best one. That's the best one.
One.
Cruz
Cruz
Walton. That's the best one of the one. Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's hilarious.
Sweet baby Jesus. Damn it.
But I know there's like 10 of them out there, man.
Oh, okay. I know this is gonna go off in a different tangent, but you brought it up. Did we go on the Jungle Cruise when you guys came for the Halloween time?
I don't remember.
Do you remember? I don't remember either. Okay. No, you couldn't have. Because we only did the one side. So no, that was a park operating. Anyway, one of the dad skippers says, "Well, we've recently added the new addition to the ride today. We have a movie star on the ride now, ladies and gentlemen. The one, the only, The Rock." And then we just pass random rock.
Isn't there a movie called The Horseman?
Probably.
I lost my hearing again.
Yeah. I was just about to notice that because I heard your mic change. But yes, I think so. Right, something like that.
Like I said, we can
go.
Google and look
Anyway,
into
there we
it,
go.
you know. But I know there's a bunch of stuff there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just have a solid real gas topic to connect with.
True.
I remember seeing it. There is a movie called Horseman because it had Dennis Quaid in it. I remember that damn movie. Yeah. Woo! No Ric Flair, no none of them.
What the fuck,
That
man?
was gold. It was gold member. Come on, y'all. Anyway, let's see.
Now I got word because of from the Meltzer of the Multiverse that Ole Anderson was actually an extra in that film.
There you go.
Hey, you know what? The Magnificent Seven. No Ric Flair, no Steiner Brothers, no Jeff Jarrett, no Road Warrior Animal, no Medeja. That's the worst one.
That's true.
There you go.
And if you know what Magnificent Seven is, you're in the right room.
What the fuck are we talking about again?
Exactly.
Before I put up the next question I have from SJ, if anybody else out there in internet land has questions they'd like to ask of us, go ahead and submit them. If they're good, we'll star them. If you definitely want us to address your question, attach it to a super chat. But as of right now, this is the last. Huh?
I said, you're going to go off on a hockey bitch. It's $15 each way.
There you go.
But as of right now, this is the last question we have starred. So,
there we go.
What was your guys' favorite match of the day for King Queen of the Ring? Well, I can tell you which one it wasn't. It was not Liv Morgan versus Becky Lynch.
I can tell you that.
I knew it. Oh, man.
I don't know, JJ. From what I heard, you absolutely loved that match. You were raving about how great that was.
And you can go fuck yourself there, James.
Oh, man. What's your Vaseline?
You can just fuck right off. There you go.
Honestly, and this might surprise some people, but I'm going to go with Nia versus Lyra. I think Lyra looked really strong even in defeat. I think Nia, and especially the way she finished that match with the Annihilator onto her chest when she was still on like the second rope, looked like she was about to just cave Lyra's chest in because of the drop that both of them had while she was coming down on her chest. And according to what everybody else out there says about Nia Jax, the old Nia would have crippled and killed Lyra with that move. she survived and she's still good. So y'all can eat a dick as far as her being unsafe.
Jesus Christ.
I've been saying it all along. I've been the one on this network defending Nia all alone. Like, I'm glad JJ's like, look, I got your back because I've been defending Nia.
Ever since she came back, I've been defending her too, because I've never seen what everybody else saw, because her last run was while I was on hiatus.
That's fair.
So I didn't see the crippling, if you will, the accident causing Nia Jax. I've only heard what everyone has always said about her, and ever since she made her return at the Rumble last year, 2023, I haven't seen it in her.
No.
So I've been defending her ever since her return myself. And then what really made the match for me was that for those brief couple of minutes after she won, we saw Lena in the ring as she was being presented the crown by Triple H. You could see her getting emotional. You could see the way that Triple H was talking to her and hugging her. And then Kayla came in to interview her, and she snapped right back into Nia and turned back into Raging Bitch. But just for those couple of moments, you saw Lena, the person behind Nia Jax, getting emotional and having her moment. And that's what really sold that for me.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
JJ, I think you have 4 jobs because you're a mind reader. Because I swear to God, all the points
That
you
was
just
gonna
said
be
is
mine.
exact. I was gonna say that. I was gonna because I thought I'd be the shock because I thought everybody would go Gunther Orton, and I was like, no, I'm gonna stick to my girls.
Gunther Orton was nice, but I don't know. Something about that match was very, very well orchestrated and done. Ever since Nia Jax has come back, man, like she has been on a damn roll. Like her match with Rhea Ripley was great. Her match here was great. These stadium shows, she's been shining, man.
The shorter card PLEs have just been shining as a whole. Like, look at these ones that only have 5-6 matches booked. They've all been awesome.
The takeover mentality. Triple H has been going for quality over quantity.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Take notes, Tony Khan. You don't need a 15-match, 5-hour card to have people say it's a good card. You could do 5 matches in under 3 hours. Okay, if you want to count the 2-hour bullshit pre-show, it was 5 hours. Still only 6 matches.
Yeah.
It's like unnecessary to overload the card.
Yeah.
Yep. I did hear tell, though, that on Monday for Raw in Savannah, Georgia, the catering menu is going to be Lyra-shaped pancakes with high-sodium JJ-flavored scrambled eggs after tonight's show. There's just a rumor I heard, though, from the Meltdown Multiverse.
And I think he got it from SRS, so, it has to be factual.
Yeah.
It has to be factual information. That's it. SRS,
Cause,
I hear you bullshitting.
Because he subscribes to the paywall, so he definitely gets the good shit.
I heard that. I actually heard from the grapevine through the Meltzer of the Multiverse, which means it's bullshit, but I'd like to believe this is true in my headcanon, that Big Vinny V is sick of everyone's bullshit in that fucking field because you can see it on his face. Anytime Alvarez mentions some fucking bullshit news story, he's like, "We're doing our retro. Just shut the fuck up, Alvarez. Shut up." Shut up!
Seriously. It's just frustrating as hell. Oh my god.
Sorry for you.
So Walter agrees with me about the women's finals. What about you two gentlemen? Jeff, I know you didn't watch really.
I did not. Yeah, unfortunately. I'm kind of on that out here.
I agree. That match was the best. That and the Orton Gunther match was like my 2 favorite matches of the whole night.
Well,
so imagine that.
The thing is that we knew going in Orton versus Gunther was going to be a banger.
Yeah.
We didn't know Nia versus Lyra was going to be as good as it was, and I think that's why it edges it out for me.
Yeah.
Because with everything everyone says about Nia Jax, like it could have been a shit show. Kind of like Liv Morgan becoming champion was a shit show.
Nia had the match of the night. Suck on that one.
Nia had the match of the night. Liv, cry about it.
Hey, if you don't like it, you can suck her hole. I mean, what?
She even had a my whole moment in the match.
Maybe Liv and Jack Perry need to start dating each other. Cry about it and cry me a river.
Jeff, I see that the opportunity, my friend, I had to take it.
He saw the opportunity and he took her home. There you go.
Oh, no!
Arlene's forgotten her question with everything we've been doing. See, this right here, this shit right here is why it's called the Saturday Night Shenanigans. And Noah's going to go back and watch this before Double or Nothing tomorrow and be like, what the fuck did I miss?
I'm gone for one night and Yahoos go crazy.
The train derails before it hit the tunnel.
True.
This is the real reason, Noah.
The train derailed before the train pulled out of the station.
Right? This is why Noah is the true MVP, because he is the one that supervises us dipshits.
Yep, that's true.
JJ, get your show back on track.
I feel like
I will not.
Noah's
I'm not really trying tonight. I'm drinking, so
when the cat's away, the cat's away, the mice will play.
This is 2 nights in a row I've drunk on the air.
There you go.
Wow, damn, dude.
Hey, you know what? It's celebratory drink.
Last night I had me my apple honey jack mixture along with a Coke. And tonight is the Mike's Hard Lemonade Black Cherry that I stashed out of the variety pack.
I will say this. It's not quite midnight yet, so happy birthday, Roman Reigns. We miss you, big dog. Please come back.
Yes, please.
Please come back. Please come back.
And did anybody 6 months ago think that one of these shows would have us yearning for Roman Reigns' return and calling a Nia Jax match a match of the night?
Nope.
Just saying. The bloodline rules as always.
Jeff pointed this out earlier during the watch along, even though he wasn't actually watching along. But when was the last time we had a PLE that had zero bloodline involvement?
Directly. Not counting Nia, of course, but yeah, the actual bloodline.
Yeah, but it's going to say she's not a member of the bloodline. So when did we last have a match that had zero bloodline involvement?
About 4 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Well. Okay,
I still wonder. You know what? I posed this question to Walter during our pre-show. I'm gonna go ahead and pose it to Jeff and James here because it'll generate a little bit more conversation.
Yes.
We all know that Gunther was going to go into this and probably win and go to the finals. So let's just throw that out for a second. Did WWE fuck up by not booking main event Jey Uso versus Tama Tonga for the King of the Ring finals? And I'm going to tell you my logic here. Hold on. Let me give you my logic so you can see where this train is running, and then you can agree or disagree.
Okay.
Jey Uso is main event Jey Uso. He is arguably the biggest breakout star of the original bloodline right now. Then you've got Tama Tonga, the son of Haku. King Haku back in 1988, who, granted, was awarded the crown, didn't really compete in the King of the Ring to win it, but you could have had the son of Haku win the actual fucking tournament to carry on the legacy that his father had. So you've got that right there, and then you've got the seeds planted for what will be our Bloodline Civil War match come War Games, more than likely.
Yeah.
Because if the draft is going to be what it's supposed to be, and Noah's not here, but brand split LOL, at least Triple H has been making it work since the draft this year. We only had interpromotional because it was the tournament, and each bracket had to come to face off in the finals here. But we're realistically not going to have Raw interacting with SmackDown except for at a pay-per-view event like this. So to have Tama Tonga representing SmackDown and Jey Uso representing Raw in the finals to kind of plant those seeds and, Let that marinate and add some seasoning to the chili pot that it can slow boil in the crock pot for 5-6 months. I think this would have been the perfect opportunity. We had Paul Heyman, walking by Jey Uso at Backlash and kind of that look like, please God, help me. This is the next step. And then come Clash at the Castle, you get the next step and the next step before we finally get Roman Reigns' return, whether it's the end of Money in the Bank or at SummerSlam directly, and we really kick this thing into overdrive. That's my logic behind it. Again, we all knew about Gunther, but I feel like we missed an opportunity here.
Two opportunities, because the other thing you said too.
We can get into that afterwards, but let's just go one at a time, bro.
It's a lot. There was a lot to unpack in the first one. I could see that logic, but see, this is the problem when you only do, what was it, the finals, right? I think that's the problem. It's like if you were to do the semifinals, then it'd be like yes. Because then you could have still given Gunther the King of the Ring final and have a fucking match between Tama Tonga and Gunther, which would have been even better. But yeah. Maybe next year. So I could see that, but I feel like that's one of those things you don't need a backdrop of a tournament to do it. You don't need to overcomplicate it. I think WWE is kind of good with that because in AEW they overcomplicate every goddamn thing. So, that's kind of my logic there. If it ain't broke, don't fix it type thing.
Okay, Jeff?
Yeah, I tend to agree. I there'll always be the what if discussion in wrestling. Should we have done this? Should we have done this? And it's like, yeah, maybe. But I really think that reestablishing the reality that Gunther is still one of the baddest men in the land. We can get the bloodline civil war kicked off even as subtly as it's been, and keep it simmering rather than start to bring it to a boil. I think they made the right call today.
Yeah.
Okay. To the point that Walter was getting at as far as my other missed opportunity. The last few days we've been paying tribute to Owen Hart. 25 years ago Thursday was Over the Edge. 25 years ago yesterday was Rise Owen.
Yep.
Owen Hart was the second ever pay-per-view King of the Ring winner 30 years ago this year. Did WWE fuck up by not putting Natalya in the Queen of the Ring finals?
Yep.
She could have been the second ever Queen of the Ring, just like Owen was the second ever King of the Ring.
Yep.
Just like Uncle Brett was the first ever King of the Ring, pay-per-view wise. Don't at me with the Harley races and the Randy Savages and shit. I mean, with all the Owen Hart synergy, just of this month alone, his birth month, his birthday is the beginning of May, and then 30 years, ago, this year he became King of the Ring. 25 years ago he passed, and they did the tribute. Like all that Hart synergy, like I think Natalya should have been Queen of the Ring. No disrespect to Nia, I like the fact that she got it, but I think it should have been Natty. If they were gonna go with a veteran who didn't need it, as opposed to the younger Lyra Valkyria who could have made a career off of it, I think it should have been Natty.
Yeah,
and for Nia, I get it was a redemption thing, which is why I'm not mad of her for winning it. But I that's why I've been wearing this all day as far as on the air. Like,
yep,
I think it should have been Natty.
I agree.
I do too.
Should have been me. I said Natty should have won the very first one, just as an Uncle Brett, I'm just Queen. Damn it, her name is Queen of Hearts. Like, what the hell? It's written right there for you.
Yeah, me and Walter were talking about this. You legitimately have the Queen of Hearts, the Queen of Spades, and Charlotte Flair, who just calls herself the Queen, and none of them have won Queen of the Ring yet.
Yep. By the way, you mentioned the Dolph Ziggler quote. I'm so glad we don't have crybaby Nick Nemeth no more on television. I'm so fucking happy about that.
Who mentioned Dolph Ziggler?
He did.
Oh.
He said what was it? It should have been me.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't get that. Okay.
Yeah, because yeah, that's right. You didn't watch.
I did not understand that reference. I'm not
Yeah.
Captain America this time.
Why are we picking on Nick?
No, I'm not picking on Nick. I'm just glad we're not getting crybaby Nick Nemeth the character anymore, like we were getting on WWE TV.
Oh,
that wasn't my favorite iteration of what they did.
I was like, figure out teleportation.
Yeah.
Tell
Sorry,
James.
I know.
Got it. Okay. No. Okay. I was like, I'm
It's
picking on Nick
tired.
for it. What the fuck?
It's tired. I'm Jeff. There you go.
So the answer to your question, Mr. Williams, sir, is technically it was SummerSlam 2020, the night Roman Reigns returned, because he hadn't established that he was going to be this heel badass with Paul yet. He just came in and wrecked shit.
Yeah.
No Usos, no Roman until the very, very end, and no Paul. So SummerSlam 2020 was the last time there was no even a sniff of bloodline. Because Payback, of course, a week later, Roman became the champion, and off we went. So 4 years almost without a bloodline involvement in some way or another.
There you go.
There you go.
That is telling, and it was still a good show, and it was a compelling show.
Just like this one.
No, that's what I'm saying. So today was compelling in spite of the lack of bloodline.
Gotcha. Okay, I see what you're saying.
I love it. That shows me that whatever Hunter's doing up there in that big tower it's working.
Yes. All right. Gonna give the people an opportunity to submit some more good questions or super chatted questions while we run this horribly outdated watch along trailer, as it still has Resurgence and King Queen of the Ring on it.
No.
Honest, you know what? I'm gonna be 100. I've been lazy as shit with starting this new job, trying to do 3 jobs, and honestly, I was waiting for tomorrow to pass. I didn't think it made a whole lot of sense to trick one out that would then be out of date by the time we ran it tonight, that would then be out of date by the end of tomorrow.
Yep.
So just run it. It's going to have Resurgence. It's going to have King Queen of the Ring, which obviously have already aired. You can check those out in the archives across the multiverse of media. And then once tomorrow is over, we'll add SummerSlam 2026 now that that's announced. We'll add Crown Jewel now that that's announced. We'll add some of the other shit that's been announced that I may have forgotten about, being kind of out of the loop for a little bit.
November 2nd, Saudi.
I just said that, Crown Jewel.
Oh yeah, Crown Jewel. I forget that it's called that.
But so we'll update all that stuff and have that to go with afterwards. But here is the, again, horribly outdated watch along trailer.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
Warning, super chat we will find you and we will kill you.
Again? Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't expect to. Yeah, I was doing this. This is what I've been doing.
Dude, I swear to God, I was drumming too.
Yeah.
Noah gimmick.
Oh, do the
Do the
no.
thing.
Oh,
Do the thing.
oh,
Do the thing.
oh, okay. All the wrestling, all the wrestling, all the wrestling, all the wrestling, all the wrestling. Ah, the professional wrestling. Damn it. Ah.
I'm
Like,
sorry. I
somebody
should've
has
took
to
that
do
since
the
I was
Noah
dressed like
gimmick.
this.
Noah's not here, so I just threw you up there. Figured you'd get the hint.
I should have did that with the way I'm dressed. I'm sorry.
I thought you. I'm so tired. I thought you were showing me because I was doing the drumming gimmick every time the Limp Bizkit song comes on.
James didn't get the super chat to scene, Arlene.
Yes.
The super chats were given for rant.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, she's gonna donate it.
So yes.
I'll tell you what. Now that we know that I've hit my mark for the month, I don't know how you're doing, Jeff. $15 to Jeff's page, 10 to mine for James to sing Mbop.
Bop.
And that's the bop.
Do the bop, and then you do the doo bop, and then you dibby dabba doo bop, and then you go fuck him, but yeah.
But in the meantime, we do have a couple more questions from Arlene that are solid enough. First one she sent during the commercial. When will Uncle Howdy make an appearance? And which one of the 6 that is revealed first that isn't Uncle Howdy? Well, I'm going to guess that. Let me see something. I want to look something up really quickly here.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you what I wish while you look that up. I wish Halloween Havoc was still a thing in an actual pay-per-view for WWE. I mean, I know they do it for NXT, but would that not be like the perfect time to debut a gimmick like this?
True.
Okay.
My vote is for Michael McGillicuddy to come.
Okay, no.
No, James. It's a bad James.
No, James. That's a bad James. Thank you.
BT reunited. Let's go.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Oh, no. He's tired of my shit. There it is.
Well, since there isn't one for him, for fuck's sakes, James!
No, it's
hang on.
James, you freaking idiot.
No, that's okay. Here, wait, hang on.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Mikey!
James.
Well,
No, I was going to do this.
What are you, a fucking piece of shit?
Wow. Goddamn. I got told to go fuck myself and I'm a piece of shit. Goddamn.
Who rode the short bus?
Who rode the short bus? Exactly. He drove the short bus. Bro, I was like Samoa Joe in that movie.
He's captain now.
I was like Samoa Joe in that movie that one time. I was driving that thing crazy.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
He's the chaperone.
Are you all ready?
Okay.
I think
Okay, JJ. Take
He's trying for the
that
animal
troll
gimmick.
back.
He's trying for the animal gimmick. We sound more like the freaking Slim Shady, like verbs in between the Slim.
Oh
Shady.
my god! Yeah.
I just lose it. Yeah. So
Slim
it's
Shady
like
doing Pee Wee Herman.
Being so mean.
Oh,
JJ,
no.
you're a mean.
I'm gonna say it happens at Money in the Bank. I originally was gonna say SummerSlam because for some reason I thought Extreme Rules when Bray returned was in Ohio, and with SummerSlam being in Cleveland, but it wasn't. It was Philly at
Yeah.
Extreme Rules. So I'm gonna say it happens at Money in the Bank. And as far as the first one of the 6 to be revealed that's not Uncle Howdy, as predictable as it sounds, I think it's going to be Alexa.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we need Alexa and Uncle Howdy to begin things.
Yep.
For the story to really take on, because Uncle Howdy coming out, everyone's going to be like, ooh, ah. And then when they reveal Alexa with him, people are going to be like, okay, we're really going to be serious about this.
Yeah.
And if you remember, JJ, it was Uncle Howdy who was driving Wyndham Rotunda into drawing Alexa back to the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
So it just makes a little sense. If it's not her, it's probably going to be Rowan. Just because Rowan's the only. Sadly, as horrible as it sounds, he's the only one left as far as the ones we already knew. So
Well, there is Strowman, technically.
yeah, but the way they're using Braun on TV, I really think that he's still dealing with the nerve damage. They're just trying to use him just in case he does get it back together. Because he's not been physical except like that one brief little flurry.
Yeah.
So I think he's still kind of dipping his toes back in the water. So I wouldn't necessarily put that kind of strain, mental or physical, on Braun if they can't guarantee he'll be part of it.
Okay.
But that might also be a good reason to put him in it, is because he could be the mouthpiece.
Or at least a heavy. Yeah.
He can be involved in that role as, the mouthpiece.
Yeah. No, James, having to be the heavy, he would have to do the work. Like,
he would have to get physical, and we don't want him to get physical yet.
Yeah,
man.
So if you have the mouthpiece.
The only issue is if you put him, then there might be that temptation with Bliss. And I feel like those two have, that's always been a weird thing with those two.
Well, no, but you know what? Having them both in the stable means that because they have that great on-screen chemistry together. So I'm actually here for that.
No, they have the great on-screen chemistry together, but the problem is Alexa, I think, is married now, and she's got a kid with somebody.
So she.
What's that got to do with anything?
I'm just saying, man, it's the wrestling industry. Shit could go.
Ravishing Rick Rude was married the day he started the business till the day he died, and he wore his wedding ring with a tape on it, and he was Ravishing Rick Rude. He was the freaking creepiest little perv that ever walked the land,
True. Hey,
that's what it was.
It might go over.
Hey, man, we got Dom and Mommy as a couple on TV. Meanwhile, Buddy Matthews is taking pictures laying on her ass on the beach. We know there's a difference between on TV and real life.
My favorite.
Yeah.
My favorite part of that picture being in one of our group chats was that the fact that somebody pointed out, "Oh, Mommy got a new tattoo." I'm like, "That's the fuck you see, really?"
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, exactly, bro.
I'm like, what? Yeah.
The other thing is how everybody swears that that's a Bray Wyatt tattoo when it's very clearly Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, right.
Silence of the Lambs.
And by the way, Buddy Matthews scored when she is going on his Twitch stream, openly bragging about his cock is huge. Out in the open like that, like
freaking.
Like, please stop! No, please stop!
No. Buddy's saying, "Please stop being on the other." She turns the shop. He goes, "That was well done, babe. Keep that shit up. That was brilliant."
Yeah. He's like, "You got me donations. Thank you."
Yeah. All right. Well, to get back to the question.
The role of Noah Foster tonight will be portrayed by Cruz Walterson.
Don't lean too hard on the gimmick there, Cruz Walterson. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. How dare you, Cruz Walterson?
While I agree with you about the Alexa Bliss,
fucking Cruz Walterson.
I
What a
think
fucker.
What a fucker, man.
With the crowd that we just had in Saudi, with the crowd we had in France, and how well the overseas crowd is doing, I think you do this in Berlin. You do it overseas because you really didn't pull the trigger on the new kind of angle overseas yet, and you do something like this. You already know people are hyped up over Jay, and you see the fireflies and the phones. Why not do this in Berlin?
Because if you do it in Canada, Canada's very bizarre land anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't know if you want to wait until the end of August to do this. It's
a
like
long way away.
This is something that's been being teased very well, I might add, with the scan the QR codes now for a minute already. Like, we need to pull this trigger sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
And even waiting until Money in the Bank, you still got to get past Clash at the Castle first.
Yeah.
That's still the beginning of July, and we're not even in June yet. But Money in the Bank is Canada, so it's a little bit closer to home. More of the typical fans that we'd see, not as expensive to fly people, depending on how many people you want to reveal at once.
That's true.
You've got to think about travel costs for 7 people to some foreign country.
Yeah.
And then to do that just for the crowd to take a shit on it because maybe it's not what they were expecting. Like that's a huge bullet to bite. But if you pull that trigger in Canada, something a little bit more accessible, then by the time we get to Bash at Berlin, they've had a month and a half, damn near 2 months to be causing shit on the roster. Because you're talking beginning of July to the end of August. Almost 2 full months.
Yeah, I agree.
I would say start of execution, Money in the Bank, and if they've not fully formed by Berlin, we've got a step.
No, I agree. With
Okay. Before we get to Arlene's other comment, she did send in a $5 super chat comment. So, do we think that Sonya Deville, possibly with Shayna or Zoe, will win the tag team championships eventually?
I would love if she got the title back because, man, there was money there with her and Chelsea.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out, and that sucked.
Yeah, I'm glad that you brought that up, Arlene, because that means you know the history of Sonya Deville before she became a Karen and a general manager, in that she was actually a mixed martial artist as well, so that's really good history there.
Yep.
And her with Zoe,
man.
With Zoe and Shayna would make all the sense in the world. She can make like her own MMA style horsewoman because Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke did so well.
I was about to go off on a rant until she said eventually, because I was gonna go, what? Not what? Bianca and Jade are the champ. But then she said eventually, and she saved it. Okay. Yes.
Well,
I can see it.
They can be the ones to dethrone Bianca and Jade, just not yet.
Not
yet.
No,
when we get a little bit closer to the implosion that we know will come from these 2 women.
Yes.
Because as racist as WWE is, we got to get the black on black crime for WrestleMania.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Dude, JJ has been a goddamn menace at all show.
It all goes back to Liv winning this morning, man. If she hadn't won, I wouldn't have been in such a salty mood. And then
she's not responsible for the black on black crime in this country.
Then Josh trying to tell me that I'm not allowed to be pissed about it.
Yeah, you are. You're a fan. We're all pissed at everything. There goes Jim. Holy fuck, I wasn't expecting Mickey. I haven't heard that in ages.
Holy fuck you. I don't even know what just happened. Oh my God. I can't with this shit anymore. I can't.
Jesus. This is the problem when you have JJ who's drunk and already pissed off about something in the wrestling industry, and then you got me punch drunk, Jeff punch drunk, and then Walter's just here having to deal with
That was Walter.
Drunk. It's not even me being drunk. Okay, first of all, it's Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Oh,
Like,
never
there's
mind.
barely any alcohol in this. And number two, I was being this way before I even cracked that motherfucker.
Yeah.
So I've been this way since the show started, and I only got this when we did your uncle's trailer. Like,
He was born this way. You done pissed him off.
oh god. But
Funny as hell.
I
What
do
happened
see
was-
Sonya. I do see Sonya potentially helping Shayna and Zoe. I would love to see Shayna and Zoe as tag champs. I think Shayna is long overdue for some fucking gold that doesn't have her attached to Ronda Rousey. I think Zoe desperately needs something on the main roster. She's long overdue and deserving of it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Caden and Katana, but Zoe should have had some gold before them.
Yep.
I don't care that they were the longest reigning NXT women's champions. Zoe Stark deserved some gold, especially being aligned with Shayna Baszler and Trish Stratus before that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
True that.
She deserved some gold before they got it. But
Yep.
I'm not Sonya's biggest fan, but I think that her personality works with the unit, even if just in a managerial ability. I don't know if she's going to be a full-time performer, like in-ring competitor anymore, or if she's going to try to stick in a managerial / authority figure type of role.
That's fair.
But I would actually prefer to see her as that, because I think she's got the knowledge and the know-how to be a hell of an advocate for the two of them.
That's fair. That's fair. I only say that she should because as a wrestler, she was actually supremely underrated, and she was actually like really good as a tag team wrestler with whoever the fuck they paired her with. So
She definitely can be an advocate. We already saw her in the general manager role, so
Yeah. All right. Arlene sent a second super chat because just like her brother, she likes to split it amongst both sides. This time to my side, she says, I know it's early, but who do you think will be the first announced inductee into next year's Hall of Fame?
Michael McGillicuddy. Sorry.
No, I don't know if he will be the first. Let me just preface it there. I don't know if he will be the first. But I think the reason he didn't go in this year is because they knew they were probably going to do it next year in Vegas, the home of the UFC, Ken Shamrock.
Yeah.
I was gonna go there. I was saying Rico as a joke, but I was gonna go there and say Ken too because
You know what though? Rico's a Vegas guy.
Exactly. That's why I said that.
And Godfather is already in, unfortunately, or else you could do
Or
Charles.
Val
Grant.
Venus. Isn't Val Venus a Vegas dude?
I don't want Sean Morley at that place if I'm going. Please don't put that out.
No,
there.
Val Venus.
Please.
Val Venus is Canadian, eh?
Well, okay, yeah. The character's from Vegas, yes.
Yeah,
but
the character is
Sean
from
Morley
Vegas. You're right, but Sean Morley is Canadian, eh?
Sean Morley's Canadian and fucking stoned.
I can see it now. The Hall of Fame tag team for this year's Hall of Fame, supply and demand. Let's go.
Damn right. I'll co-sign for that.
The shortest tag team to ever be inducted in the Hall of Fame, which is ironic considering their name.
No, you know who you put in the Hall of Fame for the tag team?
Who?
And not a tag team, but a stable. In Sin City, you put Right to Censor.
Nice. There you go. Just because.
Then you get the Godfather getting into the Hall of Fame again in Vegas, where he owns a strip club. And you get Val Venus, the porn star, in the Hall of Fame in their anti-porn star and stripper gimmicks. Like, the Right to Censor in Sin City just seems perfect.
And then
you
Ivory's
get
also
old
in the
White
Hall of
Sox.
Famer.
Yeah.
You get old White Sox Stevie Richards in there too.
Yeah.
Which, if we're being real, Stevie Richards isn't getting in a solo induction. He'd have to go in the BWO or the RTC.
I'm still
yeah.
I'm still pissed. We
And
never
Barry,
Go ahead.
Barry by God Buchanan, the WWE Hall of Famer. That's enough for me to go. Damn it.
True.
That's right.
And
Bull
with his
Buchanan.
YouTube channel, he's getting pretty popular right now.
Yeah.
And when Bull Buchanan gets on the microphone for his acceptance, he's got to give a booyah for the old B squared gimmick.
Yeah, oh my God. Dude, by the way, Maven's awesome. He's
Yes,
another
he is.
YouTuber. He's awesome. I love his
Yeah.
YouTube channel.
Yeah, JJ put me on the Maven's YouTube channel.
I don't watch
you go.
every video that he drops anymore, but I do
Yeah,
check out a good chunk of them, and I'm so happy that Maven Huffman has found success as a YouTuber when he wasn't able to find it as an in-ring competitor.
Yeah,
I agree. He's just a solid dude, you know. It's great.
He is.
But
He's a real down-to-earth. Cheers to you, Maven.
It's to the point where I wouldn't put it past them to bring Maven back just because of how popular that channel is getting.
Yeah.
And I will say this: inducting the RTC should be the APA for all the wrong reasons in Vegas.
That's fair.
Because then the after party would be glorious.
Just for Bull Buchanan, John Cena should rap intro him into the Hall of Fame.
This is, we're booking a fucking weird ass Hall of Fame. People are going in 2 or 3 times per night.
Vegas. It's Las Vegas on 420 weekend. It books itself weird, brother. Okay.
They're not even going to remember the Hall of Fame the next day. It's fucking Vegas.
Sitting in the Hall of Fame.
Until tomorrow when we're still gonna weave y'all forget. Woo! Woo!
Why'd you get the woo like it was the fucking DuckTales theme?
Because I remember James doing it in the background and it made me smile in my heart, so I wanted to share my memory with the world.
You mean when I
Do not
screamed?
pick on
Shit, if RVD wasn't already in, you would have got him right there.
Hell, and Dr. RVD again, just cause I don't give a shit.
I could just see Rob Van Dam watching the show, watching a clip of me, and be like, "Bro, this dude's too high strung for me. I don't know if I can handle it."
I'm telling you, if they don't have Matt Riddle and RVD as a tag team on WrestleMania Night 2 on 420, they done fucked up.
I agree.
Liv Morgan can manage them.
No, let me bring them out to the ring.
Well, going back to the whole arrest thing, Walter.
Yeah. It can be Liv Morgan as their valet, Matt Morgan and RVD as the team, and the Usos driving their getaway car.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
No, WWE has to book Rob just so he can actually be there instead of being booking some fucking random town I never heard of. Thanks a lot, Tony Khan. Anyway.
All right. We did get another super chat from Relaxing Sounds. $5. Says, who would you have had return to interrupt Cody's celebration and set up his next title defense? I'm not trying to sound like a dick, but I would have had nobody.
Yeah.
I think the way it ended was perfect. I don't think they needed to set up another defense because it's not going to be Brock Lesnar. It's not going to be Roman Reigns.
I agree.
We can just, string things along, have ourselves a title contenders match on SmackDown here in a couple weeks, and we don't need to. Contrary to popular belief, I'm looking at you, Tony Khan. We don't have to have somebody show up at the end of every title match to set up the next title match.
Boom.
We just don't.
And I would just like to say with that, that's it. That's the user's first ever super chat to my channel. And with that super chat, even with YouTube kind of taking their cut, that may have got me over the threshold.
Yeah, if it ain't
So,
The Rock,
thank you for your
nobody
first
should
super
be
chat.
in it.
Yeah, there's nobody but the bloodline that should be interested in anything Cody does. Let him celebrate. Let him have this dream, man. For fuck's
I
sake.
agree. He has more than earned his keep. Let
The
him
whole
have it.
family's running their goddamn keep after 50 years, for crying out loud.
Yes, they did.
And I'm going to call it right now, even though I haven't seen them on TV lately. I want Bianca and Jade to defend the titles at Clash at the Castle against Alba and Isla.
Yes.
They are Scottish, for God's sakes.
Yep. Well, Clash of the Castle is only a few weeks away still. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alba's still dealing with the passing of her mom, so that'll be a touch and go. It'll be a game day decision probably, if that.
But if
That's tough
she's
having
dealing with the
mom.
passing of her mom and her mom was in Scotland, then
That's
you know,
valid.
it should be right there. Like,
Yeah. I mean, but going back here to work after, that's
what
that'd be
better way to tribute her mom in front of her
Granted.
family and friends and everything?
Granted, but everybody's wired different. So I don't know Alba or Isla personally.
I
so
know,
I don't know. How they
and I
practice,
don't,
so.
and I'm not trying to push her into anything, but
Yeah.
you're not going to find two better contenders to the
No.
titles in Scotland than two Scottish wrestlers who are a tag team.
And especially if I think that Drew's gonna not win the title again, then you got to have them win the titles at least.
Well, no, they're not going to win either because you're not beating Bianca and Jade yet.
No, not yet. And at least they won't do karaoke after either.
Yeah, don't
But
put that out in
it's
the
a-
ether, Walter.
But it's a legitimate team that actually has a tag team name,
Yes,
unlike most of the women on the roster.
it's true.
I think that that's the perfect way to go.
I have to agree.
How do we get there though? Like, what kind of number one contender match are they going to put on? A tag eliminator, I guess.
No eliminator matches. Please, God, no.
I was gonna say, please no.
I want to
Giant
see an eliminator match as much as I want to see an interim champion,
Yeah, it's been over.
because nobody
Honestly,
ever
I-
wins eliminator matches.
Yeah.
And I think it's pointless. There is no sense in having an eliminator match if somebody is never going to win them.
The only
And if the
eliminator
ranking
matches-
system, sorry, go ahead, Jeff.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
I was going
Finish
to
your
say,
thought.
and if the ranking system is only good for the world title match, then eliminator matches need to be able to set up contenders for other titles.
Yep.
Go ahead, Jeff.
If you want to watch eliminator matches, ECW in the archives, 1996, 1997, on Peacock and the WWE
Mhm.
Network.
Yeah.
And if you know, you know. And if you don't know, wait for it. Wait for it. I didn't realize I didn't have it queued up. And if you don't know, then by God,
Go do your homework, bro.
There you go.
thank you and good night.
Well, we're not going to say goodnight just yet. We just got another $2 super chat from Relaxing Sounds.
Well, if Vince Russo's good, then we can say back to Vince Russo because hopefully he won't have to come back anymore.
Name 3 people that don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Coco Beware.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number 1, Coco Beware. Number 2, Drew Carey.
Yeah.
And number 3, I will go with. I'm going to go with Snoop Dogg. Because aside from being Sasha's cousin, what has he really fucking done to deserve to be a WWE Hall of Famer?
He's a multi-time host of different WrestleManias. He was a WrestleMania 24 host. And he contributed theme songs to WWE,
Yes, many
including
times.
Sasha's, including that Aggression album, which, granted, his wasn't the banger of the album, but it was still a decent song.
He's on the chorus of that song. It's Dub C's song.
Okay.
They
Okay,
bill
I
it
don't
as
know
Snoop
that-
Dogg featuring Dub C, but it's Dub C featuring Snoop Dogg.
I know. I'm just saying, his track's on there. It is what it is.
I think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, even though it happened after he was inducted, just because of his commentary alone this year. Because that shit was funnier than hell.
God. I'm going back and looking through the list because there's got to be somebody.
There's
less
somebody
deserving than
way
Snoop Dogg.
less deserving than fucking Snoop Dogg. I'm sorry. There's no way.
I'm sure if I had the list in front of me, I could come up with somebody too, but he's just what came to my head. Because I know somebody who Jeff would name number 45, Donald Trump. But I
No,
think
you know
he's
what? I
worthy
wouldn't.
of being in the Hall of Fame.
Yep, I do too. I wouldn't take Trump off the list because he did host 2 very important WrestleManias. He appeared in another one. He was a major part of a marquee match at WrestleMania that did banger business. So no, as much as I detest him as a person, I don't think he should be removed. And let me be straight. I don't dislike Coco Beware. Coco Beware is good people. He just don't belong in the fucking Hall of Fame.
No.
Same with Drew Carey. I never met Drew Carey. Wouldn't whatever. But he literally did less to get into the Hall of Fame than the guy he succeeded as the fucking host of The Price is Right.
Yep.
Yes, he wrestled in a match. But Bob Barker was the best guest host Robert had. I done said that shit. I die on that fucking hill with a freaking Showcase Showdown wheel in my heart.
I vote Mr. T for the My Mama speech.
No, you know what though? Again, I will tell you why Mr. T deserves to be there.
No, I know.
It actually happened this week. So I think it was Mr. T's birthday, as a matter of fact, this week. And Pee Wee Herman's social page, obviously Pee Wee didn't post it himself because, reasons. But it was a picture of Pee Wee, and I think Cyndi Lauper was with them and Mr. T. And Mr. T in the picture with Pee Wee that Pee Wee chose, or the Pee Wee's people chose, was wearing a Hulkamania shirt. So Mr. T and all his pop culture stuff he's done, there it is. There. Okay, so that's clear. That's clear. Not Cyndi Lauper. I apologize for that.
It's 2/3 of the fat boys.
Yeah, 2/3. There you go. Again, I see Cyndi Lauper because she's the most deserving that isn't in there yet. So.
Yeah, but oh my God, you say Cyndi Lauper and
So if you take the color on that one fat boy's hat and apply it over an actual hairstyle, there you get Cyndi Lauper. There you go. Anyway, what the fuck ever. It's 11 o'clock on a Saturday. I've been up all
I know. It's
anyway,
not your fault.
but the point is, all the pictures Mr. T's ever taken in his life, the one with Pee Wee, he's wearing the Hulkamania gear. That's why he belongs in the Hall of Fame. That shit right there. That shit right here. That shit right here. That's why.
I don't think Great
Neil
Khali
Mascaras.
deserves to be in there.
Neil fucking Mascaras
Yeah.
is my third pick.
Yep. He literally showed up
The
one
one
time.
thing he did, and he botched it.
He bought it. He showed up and he dove out of the ball. He said, "I'm not jobbing tonight. I'll eliminate myself." He literally did.
Neil fucking never jobs, to be fair. So.
Yeah, exactly.
One of mine's has got to be Great Khali. I understand why he's in there.
I disagree.
I understand why he's in there. I just don't.
I disagree.
Yeah, go ahead, Jay.
Yeah.
I feel like, I get where you're coming from as far as his athletic ability. When you think of like the Hall of Famer in that aspect, I can see your point.
Mm-hmm.
But if freaking Titus O'Neil deserves the freaking Warrior Award over Shad Gaspard that year, then Great Khali deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Because last I checked, Titus O'Neil is still alive and can accept the award anytime.
Yep.
Shad Gaspard deserved to go in the year over Titus. And I have my third one. I will remove Snoop, even though Keen Mike co-signed with me on it. My third one is going to be Jimmy Snuka.
Yep.
And I get from a performer standpoint he does, but the dude murdered somebody and still went in the Hall of Fame. And if that's allowed, then China needs to be in there, and same with Chris Benoit.
Yep.
You know what?
Granted, China didn't murder anybody. She just did porno videos. But if we can have a legitimate murderer in the Hall of Fame, a woman choosing to have sex on camera is not near as bad.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just go ahead and throw Chris Benoit in there too.
And also, all on that point, I think my third would have to be Carlos Colon because of what he did to Brody.
Well, Carlos was the promoter. Let's be clear on our commentary here.
No.
Carlos was the promoter. It wasn't him. It was the invader, Jose. Gonzalez that actually committed the deed.
He set it up, from what I understand, in that whole.
Well, again, that's a lot of hearsay,
speculation. Allegedly,
yeah. Let's try to leave speculation
Snuka,
out of it. But
Snuka is, and granted, that is also speculation. Let's be clear on that too. But Snuka, it's like, for Christ's sake.
Get stared at you in the face by the end of his life.
If we're talking about celebrities, this is probably going to get me some hate tweets, and there it is, by the way. The Warrior Award stuff, like most of the winners of the Warrior Award that I look through here, I tend to agree with them, with the exception of one. Because, well, actually, there's a couple of Warrior Award folks that I don't agree with because I get the way they reshape the reasoning for the Warrior Award, but I still think the Warrior Award winner should actually have had some sort of involvement with WWE at least once. Joan London never did it. She did that like one off appearance on Raw to help with the breast cancer stuff, but she didn't get actively involved in the storylines. So that, or even involved in anything other than a one-off. Eric LeGrand, as much as I respect that dude as an athlete and what he struggled through, that was straight PR. And that's what the Warrior Award is. I get it. Or at least it's become that. The first one, Connor the Crusher, that was adorable as hell, and I love that. That the biggest WWE fan with the biggest little man got the Warrior Award. That was sweet. That was a cool moment, right, for his family.
Yep.
Joan London, Eric LeGrand, J.D. Robertson, Stu Aitchison winning the Warrior Award. I am here for it every day of the week, twice on Sunday. That woman went through hell working for WWE all the years she did. She deserves it. Titus, God bless him. He's a community leader. He does his thing. So whatever. But yeah, I think the whole celebrity wing should definitely get a second look and go, okay, maybe not. Also. And again, that takes a Hall of Fame induction away from Pete Rose, which will get me hanged in my own home. But yeah, there's definitely the ones we talked about for sure. Like I said, Snoop Dogg, I can completely understand where you're coming from, but it's definitely easier to go with what we went with. But definitely frickin' Coco Beware.
And you figure I'm going to get lynched for saying that. I'm from Long Beach.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
you
yeah,
blasphemous.
I got LB on my arm. So does Jeff.
From the store that he was involved in for a while too. So there you go.
I have no tattoos.
Can we spin this into who deserves it? Who hasn't been in there? Because how the fuck
if they
is
super
Jim
chat
Johnston in there?
If they super chat it.
Yeah, if they super chat it again, yeah. But yeah, Coco will always be at the top of my list until they give me somebody even more. What the hell? Because okay.
Abdullah the Butcher.
I was thinking that, but
yeah.
Okay. So
how many WWE matches did he have?
None.
I understand that. I understand that.
If anything, put him in the legacy wing and remove Luna Vachon. That girl deserves a legitimate induction. Not a legacy.
That I will concede, and I'll agree with that. Same with there's somebody else.
Carlos Colon.
One.
Yep.
If you're gonna put him in there, put him in the legacy wing.
And then switch Vern Gagne and Lord Alfred Hayes. Lord Alfred Hayes should be in the real one, not the legacy one. I grew up on Lord Alfred Hayes, damn it. But yeah, Coco, again, I love Coco. I love the gimmick. I love everything about it. He didn't do anything of substance in the WWE. You want to have a Mid-South Hall of Fame? Fucking put him in the first ballot. You want to put him in the
Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Right, exactly. But in the WWE, his biggest thing was being the lead vocalist on the Pile Drivers track. And I'm not shitting on it. Because those wrestling albums back in the 80s were funny as hell. And they were entertaining.
Let's not forget High Voltage with Owen Hart.
High Energy, yes, exactly.
High Energy, yeah.
And this is before Linkin Park.
So no. It shouldn't be Coco Beware. It should be those damn pants.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those MC Hammer pants.
Yeah.
MC Hammer with the freaking taxi.
That needs to be a part of WWE Most Wanted Treasures.
Oh my God, yeah.
The only reason with everything he's done, and I do remember him as Owen Hart's partner, I'm insane, but the real reason I remember Coco Beware is he's the first person to ever take the tombstone. on WWF TV. That's the only real reason I remember. I do remember everything else, but it's like because of what Undertaker means to me. That's really the only reason.
No, that's
Beware is relevant to me.
You know, that bird should be in the Hall of Fame. The way they just
Real Frankie deserves it more than Coco does.
I agree.
There should be an animal wing of the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Matilda, Damien, Frankie.
The Bulldogs. Oh, come on, man.
Pepe, Renee's dog. I mean, what?
Yep. Pierre.
Pepper Al Snow's dog. Yes.
Yeah, Pepper.
Pierre.
Pierre the Deerhead, really?
Hey, it's a former hardcore champion.
It is.
Hey, that's true.
Yeah.
Might as well
It's
put
one
the
Pierre
head
has
mannequin
won
in
more
there.
championships in the WWE than Coco Beware.
Hey, and JJ's favorite can be inducted in the animal wing, Batista.
James?
I don't know. Some of these picks that Hall of Fame is getting like they need to make it a real thing because it's getting too watered down. Because at this point, you might as well do a match Hall of Fame, a weapons Hall of Fame.
Yeah, true.
No, you know it's late, and we're all in the freaking delirium mode. When he said to induct Batista in the animal wing, I meant to a part of Batista rather than Batista himself.
Oh no!
The Spanish announce table deserves it more than Coco Beware.
Hey, Jeff.
Balance, by God.
By the way,
First
speaking
ballot.
of which, Jeff, how big is it?
Okay, we're not gonna steal every Conrad Thompson gimmick today, are we? Not everyone, right?
Hey, that wasn't Conrad Thompson. That was what's his face? I forget. What's his name?
JJ.
No, it was Conrad asking Pritchard.
The freaking
but-
mannequin,
True.
Al Snow's head deserves it more than Coco Beware.
Yeah, right.
True that. It was Sean Oliver. By the way.
Oh, that's okay. That's Val. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, Al Snow's head, freaking hell, we're gonna do props. God damn. Anyway, we're good. Let's stop.
Shopping cart for Raven.
The Frankenstein dummy for Raven. Dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. True.
All right.
JJ.
Got a couple more questions from Arlene that were starred.
Yes.
Should Nia Jax be approached by Solo about possibly joining the Bloodline when she wins the title because she deserves it?
Yes,
Yes.
yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Just
Yes, and I'll tell
plain
you
and
why.
simply yes.
Yes.
Yes, because then you get Trinity on the babyface bloodline side.
I was just gonna say that. Only if it
Boom.
leads to that. Only if it leads to that.
Yep, that's how you get the ladies involved, right there.
Yep, and Trinity is on SmackDown. Nia is on SmackDown. So
Boom.
Trinity becomes the number one contender to Nia's title.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Just
another
it
piece of
makes
the puzzle.
sense.
Yes, nicely
Get
done,
that.
Arlene.
Get the Millennium Puzzle ready, boys. We're cooking up some storylines.
Infinity Stones.
All right, I've got one more that's starred. And then if we don't get any other super chats, we'll go into the shows and get out of here.
Very good.
Do you think Corey Graves will have a match against Logan Paul after what happened at King of the Ring today? I'm going to go with yes. I was calling it
so.
during the show. The way that he was getting up, getting into Logan's face, getting involved protecting Michael Cole was very reminiscent of the way that Lawler used to protect JR.
Mm-hmm.
And Lawler wouldn't wrestle every week, but he'd have that odd match once a year, maybe twice a year, and just pull out the boots to remind everybody just who the fuck he was. We've heard for the better part of the last couple years that Corey is cleared. He can compete if he wants to. He just hasn't wanted to. There's been no reason for it. I think this is a great opportunity for him to have a one-off blow-off match. Corey Graves versus Logan Paul for the U.S. title. Logan can retain. Corey goes back to the announce position. No harm, no foul. It's not like he's going to win the title and have to defend it every week. But I say yes, let's give him that match. If for no other reason but for him to have a match so he can go out on his own terms.
That, and also make sure his theme is not made by Def fucking Rebel. Bring back the Antichrist theme that he had in NXT, you bastards.
Okay, that definitely needs to be a top 10 for us. The top 10 Def Rebel theme songs, because I think he's got some decent
Yes.
songs.
Yes.
He's got more good songs. I won't say he's got more good than CFO or Jim Johnston, but he's got more good songs than people give him credit for.
Yes.
So I
agree
definitely
with
think
that.
a top 10 Def Rebel songs might be something to look forward to for a dad's topic, Jeff.
I say have
And
Logan fight
and we
Corey.
can even spin off and do a CFO one week too.
True.
There you go. Definitely have Logan face Corey. But because he's also a Pennsylvania boy, have Pat McAfee cost Corey. And that's how you get to Corey versus Pat finally. Because that's been stirring for a hot minute. Come on.
I'm not gonna say no, but do you really want him to have another match that quickly? Like, I feel like it's the type of thing that, if anything, it's got to be Big Four to Big Four. You
I
can't
agree.
have him doing a match at the following pay-per-view.
No, so have the Logan and Corey thing at SummerSlam. Have that be Logan Paul's hometown match, SummerSlam against Corey Perry. That way you're getting him somebody he can be comfortable with, and it's not going to be this
Corey Perry,
oh my
Corey
God.
Graves.
Sorry, I got the freaking rant on my mind ready to go. It's ready, by the way, if anybody wants to still have that happen. I'm ready. Shit. Corey Graves. It's spelled the same. Fuck off. They're both from the Pittsburgh area. So if you get Survivor Series in that Northeast like they keep talking about, I'm telling you, man, I still want to see Corey and Pat, because every time Pat comes back, Corey just gets this fuck face.
I feel like that's almost
So what
there.
you do? What
That's
you
a
do
WrestleMania
is,
match.
I was just, let me cook, Walter. Let me cook. Let me cook. You give Logan versus Corey at SummerSlam, like you said. Then at the Rumble, you get that gratuitous announcers in the Rumble spot. You get McAfee in there, and then the next entry is Corey.
There you go.
And then you get to them at Mania. That way you tell the story over a few months without having to be all up in everybody's face, and they can just take jabs at each other on commentary between SummerSlam and the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
I want James to do a commercial. The sauce you can have, the secret cheese of mine. Let's do that
Hey,
shit.
he cooked. That just gave him a couple of the ingredients.
K Screech.
Right.
I get that reference.
I know you do.
All right, Arlene did send another super chat.
Right on. Plug it.
It's payday for Arlene.
Hey,
That's right. That's right.
$5 super chat. Who do you have winning between Jade and Bianca if they face off at Mania with Bianca's undefeated streak?
Ooh.
Okay. As much as it pains me to say it, I have Bianca win. I don't want to fuck up the undefeated streak.
Yeah.
I love Jade, but as long as they protect her and she does not take a pinfall beforehand, it'll mean something when she gets pinned at WrestleMania.
Yep.
When they lose the titles, let Bianca be the one to get pinned or submit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that way they keep this strength in Jade so that, again, when she gets pinned, it means something. Just like when Stat pinned her in AEW.
Yep.
It meant something. But you don't want to fuck up Bianca's undefeated streak.
Yep. Ding, 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 bonus follow-up. If Bianca takes the fall to lose the tag titles, who turns?
Jade.
Jade out of frustration? So then Bianca goes in as the babyface in the WrestleMania match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me and him.
Because
me
let's
and
be
JJ talked
real.
about it.
Number one, everyone knows my status of Bianca turning heel.
Valid.
And number two, Jade is better as a heel.
Oh yeah. We definitely
So
see
you
that
let
message.
Jade. So you let Jade pull that trigger and just let her go.
Yep.
And by the time we get to WrestleMania, they're on Netflix. she can use that bitch and not have to censor herself, like you just fully turn her heel.
True.
Like I said earlier today, you know, I don't know if they can keep the titles this long, but you have one of them accidentally eliminate the other from the Rumble. Then a couple weeks later, they lose the titles. Then we go full tilt into Mania. I feel like they've established enough teams where Jade and Bianca can have that lengthy run. But a lot of it depends on how much Jade improves, and she's getting better. She did better today.
It's true.
I see where you're coming from, JJ.
Yeah,
but I think you go with Jade on it because
yeah,
you can Bianca, you can beat her before the streak becomes a streak because it's not really acknowledged as a thing right now. It's just between us, and we all know it, like wrestling fans. I mean, but on TV and WWE doesn't really call it a streak yet, the way they did with Taker. And granted,
Right.
it took Taker to be like what 17-0 or 10-0 before 10-0 before they even started recognizing, oh shit, he had a streak, and then they made it a thing. But I think if you beat it while it's still in the baby stages, it's okay to still recover. I mean, besides Undertaker, even Cena can lose at Mania. Even Rock loses at Mania. Stone Cold loses at Mania. So it's okay for Bianca to be able. Now I get where you're coming from, and it's just that.
And I get where you're coming from, but like they don't refer to it as a streak, but they did say this past year that Bianca is undefeated at WrestleMania. They are already acknowledging that part.
Yes.
So I think you've got to go with it, man. If she is
lean
going
into it.
to be this face of the women for little girls, like you've got to go with it.
Yeah,
I get it. I think it's just part of me is just biased because how I feel about Taker and how Taker is.
No, I get it.
Kenny
I
has
get it. And I'm not saying that Bianca should get up to 21-0.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I don't think Bianca's going to last long enough to get up to 21-0. Her biological clock is ticking. If she's going to have babies, she's going to need to get out soon. So maybe you'd be able to get her up to 10-0. Maybe. But I don't see her getting to 21-0 and then 21-1.
Right.
I just don't see it happening. But Jade, I think it would make Jade. I think the fans would take more of an interest in Jade if they see that she's not this indestructible, unstoppable creature.
Yeah.
If you see a little
You know,
chink in the armor.
I think she would endear herself to fans if she took a loss to Bianca, and maybe the fans would turn on Bianca because they like Jade more. Then you run into that possibility as well.
I get it. And then better to give her that first loss than Bianca? Because if anybody's going to be the one to put that beat Jade, you got Bianca is the most believable. You went back to what you said about Liz.
That's why she's the EST.
Here's the thing.
You can't spell WrestleMania without EST.
True that. But here's the thing with all of this. We are going with the assumption that they may do it for this year's WrestleMania. Need I remind you, this is the longest reigning Raw Women's Champion and the longest reigning AEW TBS Champion, which account for 900 days in total. So
I know.
We're looking at least a year and a half reign if they go with this long title reign.
Well, no, I think they should do it in Vegas because imagine the show presentation for Jade's entrance at her first WrestleMania, or her first WrestleMania singles match. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the storm coming and everything. But I just hope,
especially in that stadium. That stadium can take some shit. Oh my god, it'd be so good.
Having
watched the having watched the Brood entrance with Edge at SummerSlam 2021, that stadium, they can pull some shit off.
Yeah. But then
So,
I'm
do
still an
it.
advocate that they don't have to. They don't have to break up and one of them has to turn heel and do all that to do. You can do it amicably. You can. There's teams that have broken up, or you can go. I said it earlier to Jay. You can go the Sean Hogan route. Is that went heel for a little bit, but then he said, "I just had to know whether I could beat you," and then he went on to be in a babyface. So they could also pull that out. They don't necessarily have to go with one of them has to go heel and turn on the other. They could just, hey, I had to know which one of us was the best of the two.
We also don't need either one of them overselling and flopping around the ring like a fish out of water.
Becoming a goddamn tumbleweed.
It was.
Just like freaking Marty Jannetty throwing himself through the fucking window. That coward buddy is.
Yeah,
that
Shawn
was Sugar
Michaels
Glass,
looked
Cry
after
Me a
his
River.
partner. Oh, it's so adorable.
He tried to catch him. James was too fast for him. The chicken shit. No. The whole thing with Sean, it was like that would have been so perfect. He didn't have to turn heel. Oh yeah, Terry wants you to turn heel, brother. It's just business. Okay. So bad. And yeah, Sean was a dick in that match. There's no doubt about it. But he earned being a dick because Hogan was a fuck. It's like,
Yeah,
because Hogan was an even bigger dick. That was the problem.
Yeah.
Well,
he
and again-
out-politicked Hulk Hogan.
Sure did.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's still Hogan's best single match at SummerSlam. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah. I mean, Sean was a regular dick, and Hulk Hogan was a porn dick. Put it like that.
Well,
How big was it?
I was about to say, Hulk Hogan and Terry Bollea have two different sized penises, so you don't know which one you're getting on a particular day.
Oh my god!
You could
Just
get
ask Linda.
you could get the political chode, or you could get the megalodon. You know what I mean?
Jeff just signed for the check. He's leaving.
No, he's throwing them all out there. Oh, shit. Oh, no, Jeff went away. He's hitting all the buttons.
Don't forget to tip your waiters, Jeff.
Tips.
Yeah, make sure you tip your waiter because the waiter then tips us bussers. We still have to clean up your mess.
Yeah, true that.
I know what you did there, James. I just tried to make that
Sorry. What did you cook? My dad cooked mac and cheese at fucking 2:33 at night.
And you're gonna eat it. So.
I'm gonna eat it. I gotta go off camera to eat it because we don't eat on camera.
You know what, James? You know what, James? At this point, I could give a fuck. We're about to wrap things up anyway.
Yeah, let's all be Jeff for the close. How about
We
that?
can't because I already changed my image.
Wow. You ruined it, JJ. You ruined
And
it.
Walter's not in the production side.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna.
All
eat.
right, come on back on camera, everybody. It's okay, James.
Okay.
Like I said, we're getting ready to wrap things up anyway. And as clusterfucky as this episode has been, I don't think you eating on camera it's the least of the concerns right now.
Especially after the comparison I just literally made.
Like, I've been drinking alcohol on the air. Your macaroni and cheese ain't shit.
This has been one of the funnest podcasts we've ever done, I think, by the way.
Seriously, so many highlights. You're going to have to get started early clipping this
I
episode.
think so. I might have to split it in two parts.
This
And
is
Noah,
just
freaking poor Noah, missed all the shenanigans.
no, I was gonna say this is just proof that Noah is the checks and balances of the group. Like,
Yeah, legit. And you know what? Year end or not year end, I think there's so many clips just from this episode alone for our new intro.
Oh my god!
Yeah, seriously. I can see it now next week. Last time on open mic night. So how big was Batista's dick? Megalodon. Hogan was a bigger dick. Hogan had the porn dick.
Well, Terry had Terry's political chode or Terry's megalodon. You don't know which one you're gonna get.
Tonight's episode is brought to you by fuck. Oh my god.
Oh fuck. That's great.
We'll see if there's any super chats that come, but in the meantime,
Any viewers like after
and
this
you
shit,
know
Jesus
what?
Christ.
Datilla put in the comments that she'd be here after she got done eating. She probably saw the shit that was going on. Was like, nope,
nope.
She said it's too hot for this shit in Texas. I don't want to.
Blue Chew, you missed out not having a Blue Chew sponsorship on this podcast. I'm just telling you.
No shit.
All right,
You
so
know what?
even though-
I don't use Blue Chew, but fucking somebody else go out and buy it and have fun for us on our
There you
behalf.
go.
Really.
even though he wasn't here tonight and he was too broke earlier to prevent me from badmouthing Liv Morgan, go follow Josh, the Cleveland Combatant, on Twitter at Walking Hymnal, on Instagram at Malomangram.
Mm-hmm.
We do still love Josh most of the time.
Most of the time. That's it.
Follow Big G on TikTok, Big Baller G 1988, on Twitter, _Big Baller G, on Instagram and Threads, _Big Baller G 1988. Follow Datilla on YouTube at Rangers of Wrestling, where you can see her Raw, Dynamite, and SmackDown reviews, along with pay-per-view reviews, etc. when she's not at special events like today and actually able to cover it.
And her picture with no one.
That's right. The Invisible Man, Walter.
Yeah, follow me on X. With
Can't even do his promo.
It's okay, Walter. It's okay. Breathe. Tranquilo.
Alfire Farms. And of course, the Rage of Wrestling, where the next watch along for UFC is Saturday, June 1st. And of course, JJ just threw out some great top 10 ideas. So those are going to have to get done. And so, but that's it for me.
You say it like it's a bad thing.
No, I'm saying these are going to get done. They got to now.
That's true.
So today's show was actually sponsored by Walter's product because he filtered it through the screens. So that's why it's been so deep the last hour and a half.
There you go.
It's true that.
And to answer Arlene's question, I know I did over the course of tonight. I'm not positive about Jeff. I'll tell you what, come Meech's Musings on Monday, we will be able to let you know for sure. But I know with tonight, I did.
And
tune into Musings on Monday, and Jeff will let you know then if he needs more or not. It'll still be before the end of the month.
Yeah, because we've got that show, we've got Safeway Sports Bar, we've got Great Cherry Show, and we have Daz next Friday, which is going to be a fun show. So
yes, we still got all that to get to, I think.
Yes.
Follow me on Instagram, the Renegade JJ Williams, on Twitter, ROWJJ Williams, on YouTube, Casa D18 Studios. Thank you to the 83 of y'all that are watching this insanity on the various platforms. Greatly appreciate that, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. Thank you to everybody that's joining us this evening. Follow the Barkeeps on Facebook, Dory Lou Hathaway or Mike Caldwell. On Twitter, Hathaway Lou or LB Statkid 1977. On Instagram, Dory Lou or Statboy13. Make sure you follow them on social media. Follow Greg Cherry at the Greg Cherry brand on the various platforms listed there. James.
You can't find me, cause I'm a nice man. On Facebook, J Hebert and Twitter and YouTube at JHebert795. I do really cool and dumb things on the internet.
So yeah, be on the lookout for a new J Hebert side. It is going to probably drop Monday. Finally updating things that have gone on with what's the status on WWE 2K and a whole bunch of other cool things of corporate synergy plus fan synergy. So that will be fun when it comes to the video game world. We'll be covering that. Tune in to the 1 in a Million documentary. Whenever it comes out is whenever it comes out at this point, because there's so much stuff that I'm trying to get it all together. But you can check out the trailer right now, the first original trailer, which is dope. And you can also check the speech trailer, which is also dope. So go and check those out. Very kindly.
Right.
And thank you.
The One in the Million documentary, which is on par with the Guns N' Roses Chinese Democracy album that took about 15 years for it to actually come out.
Yeah, it won't take that long. It ain't gonna take that long.
Arlene says she wants to help us out, so she'll make sure she turns into Meech's Musings to see about that. And Emmanuel, when is Collision in Palm Desert? That way I actually tune in and watch to see if the sign for the network appears. We may actually do a watch along for that. When is that episode of Collision, Emmanuel? Is it going to be this coming Saturday, the Saturday after Double or Nothing? You figure they're going through the forums, so Palm Desert may be.
Probably, yeah.
So just let us know for sure when that is, and we'll make sure to tune in for that one. Again, we may even make it a watch along just so that we can look. Oh, it's Thursday.
Tune
I
in.
have to
That's
work
right.
I have to work Thursday, so I won't be able to do that. But
Hey, maybe we can mend the fences. Hey, tune in to the next Jeff Beecham Network Watch-Along event. Where is the Jeff Beecham Network sign? It's like Where's Waldo, but different.
Nowhere near the Megalodon. Anyway.
make sure you follow the Simple Man
Yes.
at the respective social media sites there. nfoster1916 on Instagram and Twitter, as well as YouTube. Noah Foster on Facebook. I know he doesn't usually promote the other ones. He just mainly promotes Twitter and YouTube.
Yes.
But the man is around all the social medias, damn it.
And the Twitter squats.
But make sure you check him out there. Subscribe to his YouTube. Pay attention to the community tab where he puts his forms for the predictions. Those are also usually on his Twitter account, which again, and Foster1916, much like his YouTube account.
Yes.
Subscribe to the man's YouTube.
Yes.
We're trying to get his subscribers up like we did for Datilla. He's got a long way to go in comparison to where she was. He's barely in the 400s, and he needs to get to 1,000.
He deserves
So
it.
if the 84 of y'all that are watching aren't subscribed to Noah's YouTube, go subscribe to the man. Let's see an increase in his subs. He deserves it.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
He sure does.
What he doesn't deserve, though, is us consistently plugging Noah, that's what I call music. Noah, that's what I call slow jams.
Yeah.
And Noah, that's what I call Disney.
I think of all the times you made that statement, this show was the most opportune time to fucking say that because he doesn't deserve it after this shit.
If you missed our watch-alongs, our retro watch-alongs this week, go back into the archives.
Yes.
Check out our call of Over the Edge 1999, the night when the tragedy of Owen Hart's death occurred, as well as our call of Raw is Owen from last night. They were definitely two somber shows to try to get through and relive even 25 years later, but I still in my heart of hearts feel like it was the right thing to do. It was something that needed to be done. You know, the last couple nights I compared it to 9/11. Never forget is the catchphrase for 9/11, and we can never forget the senseless tragedy that didn't have to occur, but did anyways. Jeff, why don't you talk about this clusterfuck of a graphic?
But before I do that, I just wanted to say,
okay.
There's actually one underneath it that is more updated, but that's okay. Yeah, with 9/11, I remember exactly where I was when 9/11 happened. I remember exactly where I was when the tragedy with Owen happened. So yeah, I will never forget that day as long as I live, ever. And if I could get into my friend's old house, he's not there anymore, but I could tell you the exact spot in his house where I was standing. So it's emblazed in my skull for all eternity, and it's an unfortunate memory, but it is what it is.
Okay. Went ahead and got rid of that outdated graphics. We'll go ahead and say go back and check out our coverage of Keenan Quinn
Yes.
the Rain from earlier tonight if you missed it.
Yes.
And make sure you come back tomorrow for our coverage of AEW Double or Nothing. Noah and James on the call primarily.
Mhm.
I will be sitting in the booth for at least 3 matches, as me and Noah both have to go timeless together for Tony Storm versus Serena Deeb. We all know I've got to be there for Mercedes versus Willow, and well, James turns his back whenever certain people come to the ring, so I will be sitting there to call the Elite Anarchy in the Arena match.
Hey, at least they only have them in one match, so I just have to turn my back once.
This is fair.
So,
But think about how you are disrespecting Kazuchika Okada.
it's not his fault.
I know it's not. Okay,
Listen,
Snitsky.
It wasn't Okada's fault. No, sorry.
Oh, punt the baby. Punt the baby. And we're back off track. Thank you much.
God damn it, Jeff. I was in the middle of a point. Now I don't remember what I was about to say.
God damn it. After Double or Nothing tomorrow, you can come back and
Yeah.
check all this shit out. Because we're doing all the things. All those.
We're going to die.
Gonna die.
Yeah, all these plus Crown Jewel now, and then plus WrestleMania weekend. If we survive
I'm going to see
WrestleMania,
this again real quick because I know I need the Death Before Dishonor graphic. I think that's it. Death Before Dishonor, Crown Jewel, and SummerSlam 2026. I think those are the only ones I need. I think I've got all the others of these.
Yay!
Okay, yeah. So yeah, there's 3 more that aren't even on that graphic.
Yeah.
So 21 scheduled watch-alongs, 22 nights, 23 nights. WrestleMania and SummerSlam are all 2 nights. Yeah.
Between now and
if we don't die-
2026.
Yes. If we don't die, then we will keep on keeping on, folks.
Don't die or implode like the freaking Omega match.
Right. Jesus.
Oh, jeez, yeah. Don't. Well, hopefully it doesn't implode for other reasons. God forbid.
And then, of course, as Jeff mentioned, this Friday, top 10 matches that were contested for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yes.
That should be a fun one to do.
Quite so.
My knowledge of the IC title is nowhere near as extensive as Jeff's, but it should still be a fun one to do. I'm really looking forward to it.
I say you came into your fandom at a hell of a time for the Intercontinental Championship, man. 1998, The Rock, Hunter, Shamrock. It's such good stuff going forward. Oh my God.
Yeah.
The Eurocontinental Odyssey over 2 years.
Yeah.
Which started really because of what happened that we tributed 2 nights ago. There you go.
There you go.
Because D'Lo was the first because of him getting Jeff Jarrett.
And
All right.
I did see one other graphic in here real quick. Of course, we've got 80s karaoke night coming up.
The whole reason I'm wearing this.
Yep.
Which that is the same day as Clash at the Castle. But we will have the break in between.
Thank God.
Hopefully, I'm
Thank
not
God.
scheduled that day. If I do end up getting scheduled that day, which I should know within the next week, then we may bump it up to June 8th because I know I am not scheduled that Saturday. So just as a heads up to our viewers, we may bump it up a week in order to accommodate my schedule, as the karaoke shows are definitely more my bag than anybody else's. And it wouldn't be fair to have Noah seen and me not even be here for it.
Yeah, there was also, I thought, talk a couple weeks ago amongst us about moving to the 22nd because of what Noah was talking about, but we can figure all that out later.
As long as it's on a day that he's available and there's no other pay-per-view, which there isn't one on the 8th. So
no, it's on the next day.
Yes, and unfortunately I have to work on the 9th during Battleground.
Bomber.
So Walter, brother, I'm gonna need you to have to be commentator for Battleground.
Of course.
Oh, he'll love that because
I
that's
know.
in the Apex. He's in his element.
Yep. There are worse shows to
if
call.
I get cut early, then maybe I can pop in towards the end.
Yeah.
But I legit started 1 o'clock that day. So.
Yep. Okay. As we transition to the end of the show.
Yes.
I first of all want to wish a happy birthday in addition to Roman Reigns, because we acknowledge our tribal chief on this show, by God. We also want to say happy birthday to Disney's original Dippy Dog. It is Goofy's birthday today. It is still 10 minutes to midnight. It is. So happy birthday, Goof. It's good to see you yesterday. Teresa got a picture with him because that's your guy as much as Mickey's mine. So again, we started the show with our moment of silence for Richard Sherman, and we're going to take about 5 seconds and then transition into the song, because this is, for me anyway, the definitive song him and his brother wrote.
Yeah, I mean, it was Walt's song.
Yes, it was.
That's the long and the short of it. This was Walt's song. When Walt would have a rough day at the office, he would go down the hall to the boys, and with two very simple words, play it. They would begin playing the song we are going to play to get us out of here. So
we thank everybody for tuning in, as we do every Saturday. We appreciate the viewers. Got almost 90 of you even still attend at midnight. God bless you, crazy people. For the Heat Man, James Hebert.
Sure.
For Mr. Reliable, Walter Cruz. For our moderator, par excellence, the Renegade J.J. Williams.
And for Statboy, who was here earlier.
Statboy, who was here earlier, yes. And for Datilla, who was sweating out in Texas, God bless her, to see nobody. I am Jeff Meacham, and we say goodnight from Open Mic Night. Play it.
Each day to the steps of St. Paul's, a little bird woman comes in her own special way to the people she calls. Come buy my bags full of crumbs. Come and feed the little birds, show them you care, and you'll be glad if you do. Their young ones are hungry, their nests are so bare. All it takes is tuppence from you. Feed the birds, tuppence a bag. Tuppence, tuppence a bag. Feed the birds, that's what she cries, while overhead her birds fill the skies. All around the cathedral, the saints and apostles look down as she sells her wares. Although you can't see it, you know they are smiling each time someone shows that he cares. Though her words are simple and few, listen, listen, she's calling to you.